Tonight, we bring you this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We check out the DO228 of Vortex SC, iniBuilds Chicago. We catch up with Heisenberg over at Oshkosh, and Lord Frites joins us to talk all things flying fries.
Hello there.
Hello? Hello. The audio takes a minute. Hello and welcome to Wednesday, the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. You're very welcome to the news. And tonight, yes, we have a bit of news. We'll be checking out aircraft sceneries and 2 interviews, would you believe? I mean, where would you get it? Come on away out of that. Brilliant 11-minute intro, right? Does it take 11? Does it? I had to be flat out doing push-ups and, working on, just to get ready, be primed, if you like. Right. But anyway, hope you're all keeping terribly, terribly well. And busy one tonight. Loads happening in our beloved simulators. You're right. It's not just with Microsoft Flight Sim. We've news here from X-Plane as well, and also with DCS. So it should be a busy one, lads. But I hope you're keeping well.
That's a big deal for good buddy.
It's 21 degrees. 21 degrees in Tipperary at Murph Manor, 21 degrees in the man cave. The temperatures have aligned. All is well in the realm. For however long this day is now, lads, is anyone's guess. Do you know what I mean? Murph, that sounds better. Is the Butch filter on? Does it sound better, does it? I may have stayed up late last night, once again, trying to fix audio. But hopefully now it's like, yes, that's the familiar Egypt again. Yeah, right. If there's one thing and only one thing that can be said about me, I do sound quite unique, don't I? Yeah, you sound like a total god. But anyway, listen, it's going to be a busy one tonight. We're going to be checking out the Dornier, the DO228. I kind of dabbled with this a little bit. We checked it out when it first released. I flew it on the MSFS official stream, and it kind of took a back seat because I was learning, trying to figure it out, right? And I figured some of it out. So we're going to have a look at that this evening. Then we're checking out the new aircraft from DSD Simulations. That's a brand new stunt aircraft, and that is called the Vortex SC. And it's friggin' nuts, this thing. So we're going to check that one as well. We're also on the ground here at O'Hare, Chicago. Kilo Oscar Romeo Delta. This is the iniBuilds latest scenery. We're going to be checking out this one as well. And I've a smattering of other little things. Got Friends, man's best friend, has released, and well, I have it loaded, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right, Murph, it doesn't matter how you sound. You'll always sound like an idiot. Right? Brilliant. But looking forward to this one. And we just have loads of things happening in the sim. We're right kind of on the right. We have FSIM UK, a brand new UK event coming up in 79 days, would you believe? And well, we also have a lot of aircraft in production and getting closer and closer to the release. Notwithstanding, of course, the A220 due to release next week, a 757 on a relatively short final, but also general aviation aircraft from Black Square. There's a ton of those, and we know that A2A are busy working on their lineup as well. It's quite savage now, you know. So we'll see what the story is. It's pretty cool. But how are you all doing? You're looking well, do you know? I mean, despite that thing you did, but you're looking very well, do you know? What did I do? I was busy today. I was quite productive in my den of iniquity, my man cave, my creative space. And yeah, just getting a few bits and bobs done. I'm not here at all next week. I'm over there. But I'll still be on, you know, you'll get me. Murph, what are you doing? You know, and then I'll be submerged for most of it, which, well, I'm hoping that's going to be the case. But yeah, it's just been busy, flat out. It's great. All is well in the round. The PCs are behaving. The audio, we're slowly but surely getting it there. Lighting, well, that's the next challenge. But I'll leave that, you know, for a while. You're not ready for me to turn the lights up really, really bright. You know, it'll terrify you. So we don't want to do that yet, you know. It's not too bad, mind you. I'll come back now from Spain and it'll be all, you know, proper tanned and everything. Jays, look at your man, doesn't he look brilliant? Yeah, right, that's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, we shall ramble into the chat and say hello and good evening. I've buttons here, look. Ah, that's lovely. The forgetful Larry is here. Larry was controlling Knock Airport earlier on. Kenko was in and out. Great job, Larry. You didn't hold back either, but that's how you do it. You know, give him those of, you know, come back from Spain as Three-Tone Murphy, right? Or he burned his hair off, Murphy. One of those, right? Brilliant. But anyway, APU Inspector, a very happy Wednesday. Good to see you, buddy. Super Ty, sup? Hope you're well. CP65 is here. Good evening. You're very welcome aboard. Vacuum is in the house. Eamon 1973. Good day to you, sir. Creo, hello to all in County Mayo. You're very welcome in, Creo. Hermit something. A very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well. Super Typhon is checking in from Moncton in Canada, eh? Mech Manser, you're very welcome aboard. Happy Wednesday. Mrs. TPHI has rambled into the chat. She's inappropriately upside down, but that's quite okay. Tarnish Mossman, good to see you. It's Smithers is here. D White, welcome aboard. Liptorius, a very happy Wednesday. Sumner is checking in from Milwaukee, doing the work lurkage. Good to see you, bud. Hope all is well. Mutley is here. Good evening. Bell Bro, Newsage, indeed. Welcome in, my friend. Muse Fan bursts in the door with his noggin, tier 3 for 64 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Muse, great to see you, bud. And thank you very, very much indeed for all the support. You absolute mad joke. I don't know how he does it. He's mad. Krabby One, good evening. Jesus, look at this. Optimism. I love optimism. Krabby One has subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months in advance, right? That means he's like expecting more, better even. Thank you very, very much indeed. Well, hello. Good to see you. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Happy Wednesday. Fiber Strike is here. Good to see you. If only Skoda. If only Skoda. But yes, Belbro 200 streams in a row. The man's gone streaking. Thank you very much indeed. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH man, hope you're well. Stu Snape is here. You're very welcome. Good evening and well, welcome to the middle of the week. Stu, looking forward to October, buddy. Elric is here. Good evening. Hope all is well. Who's English Murph? You can do it. Sim Guy. Happy Wednesday. There he is now. It's Andy is checking in. Sunjammer's in the house. Latka is here. Ooh, very Tron. Yes, the tunage, you see, indeed. Chuck, a very good evening to you. Hope you're well. Now, let me see. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Happy Wednesday, man. Justin is here. The Impossible Face has rambled in. Zard is in the house. Idle Cut Off. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well. Visualize, welcome in. Nick is in the house. Who else come into the parlour here now, lads? We've buttons here, look. Apache, 225 streams in a row, lads. 225. Thank you very much indeed. Visualize, thank you very much indeed for 5. D White, I love my 11-minute intro. See, it took me that long to. That's 20 minutes now. Right. Mac Vision, good evening. Steve C is in the house. Hope you're having a fantastic time. I hope you have a fantastic time in Spain next week. Looking forward to revisiting it with the group the following week. Indeed. I'll fly us exactly where I travel to. Yeah, from the veranda to the pool, back to the veranda, back to the pool. That's what's going to happen. But yes, Red Baron is here. Welcome in. Chalks, good evening. Sai120, you're very welcome aboard. Barranco SP, 64 months. Jesus. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Now, let me see. Baron Van Shoot, good evening. I hope you're well. But let's have a look here now. Button Smurf, 22 degrees with 100% humidity. Be the Janie then. Pieman Jim, good evening. Murph, it doesn't matter how you sound. Yeah. Thanks, Elric. Daza is here. Well, hello. Last day of work tomorrow and then Spain on Friday. Oh, yeah. Rumour has it Murph's going on holidays with Daza and Fabio, but that's another day's story, right? Good to see you, Daz. I hope you're well, mate. Jalla God, did you say Gore-Tex, the new all-weather aircraft? Do you remember Gore-Tex, do you? Did they still do Gore-Tex? That's where you get the fancy boots and gloves and stuff, you know. Home record, thank you very much indeed. 10 in a row, man. Jesus, thank you very much indeed. Cyrus T, the man of teal, rambles in doing the shoulder number. I'm surprised Cyrus is here. I must have sent him about fucking 5 DMs last night. Oh, Cyrus, would you mind terribly? If you're not too busy, wouldn't you terribly mind? Couldn't you nearly be Janie then? Yeah, right. Jesus.
I put the
Jesus.
Swinger, baby.
Steiny, you're an absolute mad ticket. Yeah, anyway, I was giving Cyrus I didn't give him abuse. I was nice about it. Do you know, I'm just like that annoying person in his life now. You wouldn't, could you, Janie? Thank you, Cyrus, for your patience and, you know, incredible patience. You're very good. And you haven't, you know, come over to Ireland and hit me a slap in the head. Mugan is here, good evening. The Dameranian, good evening. Hope you're well. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Welcome in, lads. Zith is here. Welcome in, Zith. How's she cutting? Devil Fly, good evening from Southern California. Well, hello to that lovely place of the world. Jesus. I really want to go to California. You know, I want to spend some time, a bit of time in California, and then, you know, I can say I was in California. But that's what I want to do. But great to see you. Larry, checking in from Kilmanton. Good evening. Hope all is well. Come back from Spain is Tree Tone, right? Murph back from Spain is a great advert for tomatoes. Yep, indeed it is. Gar Gaming, hello to County Galway. Hope you're well, buddy. Where is this now? Man, I would have loved to fly into now if I had known there was ATC. That got very loud all of a sudden, didn't it? Interesting. Need to figure out what that's doing. Are you going to... I saw someone do that comment, Jolly God. I just thought it was like... Come here. That comment now, right? Are you going to North Gibraltar, right? Did you watch, what's his name? That's all I need to give you. If you know who I'm talking about, without even saying his name, just the intro music. If you know who it is, we are on the same wavelength. Ah, Jesus, your man that has all information is on. If you know who it is, now if you don't know who it is, I can't help you. You'll have to just scour the internet and find out who I'm talking about. Right, that's enough of that now. But anyway, Paparazzi is in the house.
I put the
Janie Mac. Didn't know Lord Frites required an intro. No, it's not for Lord Frites. It's not for Lord Frites. Although he does need an intro song. Yes. What would work for Lord Frites? Hang on a second. Ah, yes, I know exactly what it is. Well, do I? Yes. Hang on. I think if Lord Frites were to have an intro song, I think it would go a little bit something like this. Possibly now, I could be wrong. Scrappy Yard Monster. The Quasar. Right, and then you get to, like, you know, the likes of the Gabrielle. Hang on now. I should have been a DJ, you know. The Gabrielle.
Hello there.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
But you know what I mean? It's right. But anyway, and then you have the XF11. Flying Fries. He'd be on later. But anyway, yeah, that took a turn for the worst. Where was I? I was over here, look. Oh yeah, Jolly God, did you get the answer on that one? No? Brilliant. If that doesn't get stuck, it's stuck in my head now. Right. Paparazzi, you're welcome in. TG Sims is in the house. A very good day to you, sir. Hope all is well. And yeah, had a lot of fun checking out the amazing Bristol. And very excited about the upcoming projects. Very excited indeed. So looking forward to it. Hey, Crotty, good evening. Joe Crashed. Welcome in, Joe. How did it happen, Joe? And how did it make you feel? Is what we need to find out, right? But yes, the boys say a very good evening. Lord Frites is in the chat. I didn't even see him. Good evening, Stefan. Listen, we were just playing with music. And, well, the moment has passed. All is well. Hope you're well. Right. Ooh, the Impossible Face says, evening all. I'm doing no, he's not. He's doing an historic Sabina 340 route out of Benin with the news edge on in the background. Bit the Janie then. There you go. Good to see you, buddy. In a box, man. He's in a box, man. It's good to see you. Hope all is well. Now, let me see. Billy's in the house. Linny Bobbins is here. Welcome aboard. Jolly God is checking in from Norway. You probably won't get who I'm talking about, so, the old Norwegians, well, they might. Jam, good evening. 2 months, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Then Steiny in with 5 gifted tier 1.
Jesus.
5 gifted tier 1 subs to the community here on Twitch. Steiny, thank you very much indeed. And lads, if you got a tier 1 sub, thanks to Steiny. Do be sure to say thank you. The man is a legend. An absolute legend. This is getting ridiculous now. I've too many buttons to press. I didn't know I can play it from here. Too many buttons. But anyway, Shunty Mac Shunface, good to see you. Where's this now? Lock up your women and beer, right? Brilliant. I'm doing it now, Merv. Sorry, Cyrus. Cyrus had these fleeting moments of walking through the fields in the evening times on his own, enjoying life. And now he's moving things on a screen because Murphy's like, please, sir, more. Right. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, Gore-Tex equals wet feet. No Gore-Tex would equal wet feet, I think, wouldn't it? Belbro was enjoying the Dauphin, doing some oil rig ops. Ooh, Dauphin is so good, man. So good. P.S. Mirandai, hello there. Good to see you. Martin Kerry Aviation is in the house. Martin, a very good day to you. I've been asking loads of questions. I'm not getting many answers, but Kerry is on a map. Well, it's in Kerry, but it's on a road map, if that makes sense. And yeah, once I get a bit of news there, I'll let you know. But I'm keep pestering. I'm great at that. Is it there yet? Are we there yet? Are you ready yet? Yeah, right. So, yeah, we'll see what the story is. But it's great to see you, buddy. Sir Camsalot, my dude from Angoshlan Nua, has rambled in. Good to see you. Christian is here. Welcome aboard. Now, don't know. Yeah, brilliant. Jam, look at that. 5 gifted tier 1 subs coming in from Jam 8885. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Lads, if you got a tier 1 sub, but thanks to Jam. Do be sure to say thank you. The man is a legend. Right. Captain Kenobi is here. Bonsoir, monsieur. Hope you're well. Be right back. I'm going off to Google. Does not know what I'm talking about. What's his name? Mark Felton. Do you ever look at Mark Felton? Ah, brilliant. Right. Got friends. No, goat friends. Brilliant. Goat friends are in the chat. Welcome in. Who else now? Captain Kenobi, 9 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. You're very kind, sir. Thank you very much. Malky Mac is here. Good evening. Hope you're well. Tarnish Mossman like the tunage. Yes. Where's this now? What's going to be the Hind? Ooh, that needs its own soundtrack. The Hind needs something out of like I won't play. No. The Hunt from Red October, that kind of, right, I think that'd work. But anyway, we'll see what happens. More like the team to Archer, right? Probably Shocked Hamster. Shocked Hamster?
Can I get a refund?
Oh, you can. Check off. Zybok Doc is here, calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Now, let me see. Malky Mac, 145 streams in a row. Thank you very, very much indeed. And Malky's doing a lot of work on air with a virtual airline. And, of course, 6 Knots, who just be flat out working. Kieran is still busy doing all our FS Hub stuff with the virtual airline as well. So, lads, thanks a million for your continued work. It is absolutely brilliant. Stick Figure, good evening. Looking forward to hearing the lads on VATSIM doing Anchorman a cappella Afternoon Delight tomorrow. Right? That could be done. I hear Dougal sings it lovely. Right. But anyway, we're nearly there now, friends. We're nearly there. A quick hello to our friends over on the Tube of You. Flyboy Dyer is in the house. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Shamrock Minimums is in the house. Dave JSB is here. Joseph Jolly, good evening. Eddie's in the house. Northland Air. Hope all is well. Legion Johnny is here. Kieran Nile, good to see you, buddy. Thrust Set Simulations is in the house. ATC Swede. Hi from Sweden. You're very welcome in. Hello from Tipperary. Anna Crust is good to see you. Mike Coffee is here. Mike is enjoying a 30-degree and humid day. Don't care for the humid, but love the heat. And hey, everyone, happy Wednesday. It's good to see you, Mike. Angels15 is here. Ashley Nelson, good evening. Hope you're well. Thanks for recommending the Flying Reporter. Yes, he's brilliant, isn't he? He's very, very good. Love the Flying Reporter. Excellent channel. And what he's doing right now, he's I imagine he's done it, but he's making his way across the Atlantic in a PA-28 Arrow 3. Ooh, right. Very cool. Very cool. Surviving the Apocalypse is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Energizer. He says, evening all. Just in time for the 2-minute intro to be over. Yeah, after 2 minutes. Yeah, very accurate, Energizer. I'm starting a VFR flight from Cork to Tokyo tomorrow in the Baron. Only 12,000 miles, so I should be completed by the end of August. I love that, though. I love that. Damos here. Shot out. Shot out. Absolutely shot out. Brilliant. Yeah, I love that. When you're starting off, like, I'm going to do a thing. 12,000 miles now. Well, that's a bit of a thing. It's not like, it's a thing, right? But isn't it cool? I'm going to check the weather. It's going to be on real-time, live weather. Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But yes, Black Sheep Jean is here. You are too late. I spent my money early this morning ordering the new Samsung phone and watch for me and my wife. Well, first and foremost, hello, Jean, and best of luck with the phones and the watch. They'll be stalking you. Right? They actually will. But brilliant. 98 Vulcan, you slept in. No worries at all. It's great to see you. I'm still, but the intro, it only lasts about a minute and a half. I think the longest intro we ever did here, lads, was about 4 minutes, 5 maybe. That's all. But anyway, Toto2495 is in the chat. Hello to you and Mrs. Toto. Happy Wednesday, guys. You'll also be using SayIntentions all the way. Nice. Brilliant. An hour plus. What are you talking about, an hour plus? That's so exaggerated. Well, it isn't really. Just got back from the orchard. You know yourself. Dinners and pints. Gibbo, is that the orchard? The garden centre, the orchard? Jeez, that's a small world. Or are we actually in an orchard, with a picnic basket? We need to know these things. It's good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Right, I'll press buttons here and we'll get on with it. Oh, yeah. That one. This is very complex. And then this one. If only you could see the buttons on my side. The old orchard. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, that makes total sense. The one that's like right down the road? Yeah. And the one that we always go to? Yeah. That orchard.
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, but listen, we got there in the end. Jay, it's been a minute since we were there, Gibbo. We'll need to arrange something. I know we're going to, I know we have October, but we'll have to do the pints in Dublin. Like a community thing, will we? The old orchard, you big eat. I'm a terrible big eater, didn't I? How the hell did you not remember the orchard? It's the old, he didn't call it by the right name, Muse fan. And you shut up, will you? Don't you get involved. He said the orchard, not the old orchard, right? Oh, Jesus. Tough crowd. But anyway, let's have a look, right? Hitting the mallet with the apple. Yeah. It's an oversized apple and a normal aspirated mallet. I love Yorkies and mashed potatoes. Thanks for sharing, Mike. I'm sure we all do. Bit of gravy too. Cucumber cocktails for Muse fan. Yeah. Someone said he brought his own cucumbers. Even I know the colloquially is called the orchard. Listen, it's not colloquially known as the orchard. Well, it is if you're from there. The orchard is also a garden centre out by Selbridge near Weston. I'm just saying it's nice to go for lunch, I believe. Right? Oh, jeez. Anyway. Let's see what happens. We're going to check out this aircraft in a little bit. We've got to cover the news. Heisenberg is going to give us a shout on Discord, and we're also going to be talking to Flying Fries as well. So we've got a busy one, lads, so we shall get started. So before we get into the aircraft and the things and the stuff, we'll come on over here.
Hello there.
With the news. Oh, Jesus, Oh, mother of Jesus. Did you just see what it did? Did anyone else just see the absolute feckin' stupidity of Murphy? I've just closed the tab of tabs. We are not off to a good night. That is like, that takes time to script them, understand where they are and how it flows.
To look at this big Egypt.
Well, bollocks. Control Shift and T. Oh wait, hang on. Is there a way around this? Wait, hang on. Is there actually a way? Are you sure? Because I have another tab open of the internet. Oh, Jesus. Control Shift and T. Control Shift T. It worked! It absolutely worked! Who did it? Who was the genius? Muse Fan, he's back in the will. Ladies and gentlemen, Muse Fan from this day forth shall be known as Muse Fan the Grey. No, wait, that was Gandalf. Muse Fan the Genius. Ah, brilliant. I mean, that's made my day. I thought we were curtains. That was it. I'll see you tomorrow, lads. That's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. I've always said, Muse Fan, if that never goes right, it's because of Muse Fan. I've always said it, lads. I've always said it. That is absolutely genius. Muse Fan, he has saved the entire stream. Congratulations. Right, anyway, we'll get into it now that everything's like totally under control. Yeah, right. Anyway, news here from Black Square. Oh yes, this is terribly exciting. Black Square's King Air Professional will be a 300 and possibly a 1900D to follow. Wait, what? So Black Square put out some news. I've a good bit of news here with Just Flight, but effectively Black Square, they're working on their Commander series of aircraft, right? So we have the Rockwell Commander, the single engine. We also have the Aero Commander, the twin variant, and there's a Beechcraft underway as well. So we know that the King Air was on the way. It's been an open secret because, well, Nick has been flat out trying to build it, right? But we get a little bit of information from Nick Kazansky confirming that, well, what he's working on. So 2 twin commanders, and also the Rockwell Commander, the 114, right? This is massive news for general aviation. What I'll do, I'll skip over to the post from Nick over at Just Flight. And basically the story behind this is, Nick, when he started developing, when he announced he was going to work on the Rockwell, on the Aero Commanders, he actually says here, right, as my projects grow in complexity, I can speak English now, in complexity, and as I strive to experience more of these aircraft in person, development can appear slow, or can appear to slow down at times. Although the Black Square Commander 114 will be the next aircraft to release, I would like to start with a long overdue update on the twin commanders. For those just learning about the project, the Black Square twin commanders will include the Turbo Commander 690B and the reciprocating engine counterpart, the Aero Commander 6A5. And the pair will differ the most compared to other Black Square aircraft down the line. Right, they have a similar airframe but vastly different flying experiences. And when he decided to undertake bringing these aircraft to Microsoft Flight Sim, he says he significantly underestimated their uniqueness and complexity. Truth be told, he began regretting the decision until he was invited out by the most welcoming pilot in Arizona to experience a TC-690 for himself. They spent the whole day recording audio, investigating systems, taking reference photos, and finally logging some time before sunset. The host, Tim, who has a YouTube channel, Flying Wild AZ, or Arizona, which features full flights, deep dives into twin commander systems, and many other flying adventures, Nick now has no doubt it'll become the favourite of his users while learning the twin commanders. At the level of detail that he aspires to create each aircraft, there is really no substitute for spending time with the pilots who operate them. The twin commander systems are particularly unique, so we came prepared to discuss the minutiae before making observations in flight. The result is an experience surprisingly different from other Black Square aircraft with these eccentric machines.
Hello there.
My trial by fire began even before reaching the runway, as I learned how to use my toes to actuate the aircraft hydraulic steering through gentle, almost meditative adjustments. And this is one feature I could not miss in my virtual aircraft. So long story short, basically what he was expecting to be very difficult and hard to make. He's now, this is Nick we're talking about, he's now super pumped to bring these aircraft to life. Now, the YouTuber he's talking about, Tim, right? It just turned out, I was like, hang on, I know that name. This guy, his name is Tim, and a day in the life, a fixed-wing Medivac pilot. This is a video I shared, it's years ago now, right? It's a couple of years ago. But Tim brings us on an adventure into what life is like for a Medivac pilot. 7 days on, 7 days off. His first working week he's on days, then he's a week off. His next working week he's on nights. So it's a full shift in what he does. And the video that he shows us here is a day in the life. His flight planning, how does he get the aircraft prepped and ready for the week? What does he do in his downtime, right? It's a fantastic insight into the world of a pilot who operates an aircraft such as the Commander as a Medivac pilot, air ambulance effectively, right? It is incredible. He goes through a full kind of walk around. He goes in then, how does he plan his day? How does he get all his flights, all his gear? What does he do in his spare time as he's waiting during the day? Like, it's an incredible insight how, you know, these pilots actually operate. And then he takes us out on a flight, on a mission where he's doing a Medivac transfer. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful insight. This is the guy that Nick is working with to get some information about the Commander. I'm going to share this link in the chat live now. Lads, it's like 20 minutes or whatever, or half an hour. This is a great watch. I think Tim does he just does a phenomenal job of kind of showing the viewer what life is like as a pilot operating this aircraft down the road in Arizona. It's a fantastic insight. And drop him a follow and tell him, you know, yeah, we came here from Two-Tone Murphy, because he'd be like, who the hell is that? And then we can kind of close the circle whenever we get the opportunity to say, well, the thing with the flight, you know. Yeah, lucky story. But anyway, check out that video. It is absolutely brilliant. So the good news here is we've always said Black Square just make class aircraft. They always did. They're beautiful, highly systems detailed aircraft. And the fact now that Nick is spending time with a pilot who is operating the aircraft, not just to, like, you know, what a POH would say, he's actively flying the aircraft. He knows all the quirks. Nick got this sort of insight with the Starship, right? So this is very exciting. Anyway, that's for the twins. We're working on, or we're looking for the release of this, the the Black Square Commander 114, single engine from the 70s, and this aircraft is due to release very, very soon. We do get some read up on it because there's a lot of new features that Nick added after seeing the Twin Commander. He's now put a lot of them into this, which is very exciting. And we'll see that when it comes to the types of, you know, radio or avionics options, failure options, and there's a brand new hydraulics simulation going on here as well, which is very, very cool, right? So if we have a quick look at the video, there's music here we can't play, but again, this is the trailer that just dropped today. I want to show you something savage because this is brand new. This is brand new, right? Have a look at this here now. So it's a brand new hydraulic simulation. We can see it, the different pressures, and look what the physics are doing based on that as well. Like, isn't it mad? Not to mention, this also features the first working storm scope in Microsoft Flight Sim. The first working storm scope where it's detecting where lightning strikes are. So yeah, it's a brand new feature that we've seen in terms of the in terms of that kind of visualization of the hydraulics. That's brand spanking new. So this aircraft is on a very short final, like shocking. This is going to be out very, very soon. And then we'll see the other ones at the end of it. We'll see the other ones at the end of it, the twin commanders. And then we have information that leads us into the King Air and also a B-19D or 1900D, which is the larger, bigger brother, if you like, of a King Air. So very cool, exciting things coming from Black Square. And it's just so cool that Nick is able to be working with Tim, who can advise him. That's Nick there. If you've ever met him, it's the most weirdest thing. He's a lovely man. But when he talks to you, it's like, Nick, it's like you're telling me what to do on the plane, because I watch all his tutorials and he'd be chatting away saying, this is what, and then it's exactly the same, you know. But a lovely, lovely guy. If you ever get the chance to meet him, he was at Expo a few years back. Just a lovely, lovely guy. We had him on here for a chat before. We need to get him back on for a chat because he's a fascinating character. How he looks at, right, this is what's happening in the real world. How can I bring that back into the simulation? It is absolutely incredible. Tarner says, any news on the Just Flight Tonka? They are working on it, of course. The F70 and F100 have kept Just Flight very busy. It's now released. They've already just released their first major patch or update to the fleet, and work is continuing on other aircraft as well. And the Tonka is most definitely one. We're hopefully going to have the guys from Just Flight on for an interview soon to talk about the Fokkers and also other projects. So we'll have more news on that soon. So very, very exciting times, lads, for general aviation. Black Square is just, they're just up there when it comes to the aircraft we like to fly in terms of general aviation. So very, very exciting news. Now, over to Just Flight, the F70 and F100 receiving a massive update. They now have state saving and also a working weather radar gone into both aircraft, which is very good. Two additions stand out: the comprehensive state saving, which restores most of the cockpit avionics and system configurations when you reload a flight, which is important. And then the second one is the weather radar, including tilt and gain controls exclusive to the 2024 version. So that's going to be really nice to have it in there. Just Flight have also added computational lag to the nav display, along with the FMS range disagree warning when changing pages and ranges. So in other words, the developer has deliberately made the avionics slower to make it look like it's, the real thing. But that's the way they worked. So the displays also get plenty of attention elsewhere. The update fixes TCAS occasionally showing up in the wrong altitude for aircraft, restoring the missing 3 nautical mile TCAS range, and they cleaned up a handful of the PFD enunciation issues as well. The EFB grows into more of an ops hub. The tablet picks up several important additions. If you use Navigraph, the en route charts now display your active flight plan route, and between your OFP, import into the FMS, the performance export, and also the live routes display on the charts. They're all in there as well. So this has been a massive update, patch 1, if you like, from Just Flight. And this is available right now. You can pick it up over on the Just Flight website. And as we're talking about Just Flight, also, lads, they are running their summer sale, and there's up to 50% off add-ons. You need to go check it out, right? So Just Flight, their own fleet, I'm a huge fan of them. Their own, the Arrows, the Cherokee, and so on. And like, just to give you an idea, you can get the bundle, which is the Arrow 3 and the Arrow 4. That's the turbo. Both aircraft for $27.97. That's on sale. That's pretty much half price. That's a huge deal because they're excellent aircraft. Absolutely excellent aircraft. And then, of course, there's a number of the Black Square aircraft on sale as well. So ramble on over to Just Flight sale. I'll put the link here in the chat. Just go have a look, because when it comes to buying add-ons, when you see developers, iniBuilds do the same. It's just great because you can really pick up bargains when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, Maple Leaf, good to see you, bud. Any recommendations I see on this page? There's no refunds. You can shag off. Any of the aircraft, the worthy mentions on this page from the general aviation fleet, Just Flight's Arrows are excellent. Anything from Black Square, the Duke, right, or the boat Dukes for $44.96, right? You're getting like 15 quid off. The F-28, which is a great aircraft as well. The 146 is there. These are all their, massive sale. So do be sure to check them out. Great stuff there from Just Flight. So the Synaptec A220, we got a new video from iniBuilds and Synaptec, and it was kind of like the introduction to the aircraft. Here is the aircraft, and it's a good 47 minutes. We learn about the aircraft, we learn a bit about the history, we see all the systems, the redundancy of systems, and also a flight as well. It's a video posted over on YouTube, and it's very good. So anyone who's looking forward to getting the A220, just go ahead and watch that video. Stick on the kettle, grab some popcorn, and just watch, because you'll actually learn quite a bit. It's heavily focused on glass displays, right? So it's kind of it kind of looks and feels similar-ish to an A350, but there's like kind of a smidgen of Boeing thrown in there as well. Don't forget, of course, these aircraft were being worked originally. They were being developed by whatchamacallit. What are they called? They make the CRJ. What's the name of that? I forget them. Jesus, that's terrible, isn't it? They made Learjet as well, didn't they? Bombardier. There you go. Good man, Bombardier. Well done. So it's interesting to see what they developed and what Airbus said. Oh, this is interesting. It's a fascinating insight. Plus, the airplane to this day, it's getting very popular. Very popular. A lot of airlines are buying into it, and it's very efficient. Very, very efficient. So there's a great video there. You can learn all about this the upcoming A220. There is a lot of excitement for this aircraft, probably because we're getting a very modern airliner, which is designed for kind of the short, medium hop, which is ideal for most of us. I mean, think about it. During the week, you're home from work. I fancy a 2-hour flight. You're not necessarily going to jump into a 777 or an A350 for like a 2-hour flight. They're your long haul. This is going to be something ideal for the airline pilots, So, yeah, very, very exciting. It looks incredible. It sounds amazing. And they've even modeled how the engine sound works. So there's a gearbox built onto the engine where, it's using its own FADEC system to figure out, well, this is the better gear to run. And here's the sound. But I even remember at Expo, being from 0, bringing the engines up to 40% and then go full toga. It sounded different than going from 0 to full toga. The speed of the engine, the sound of the engine was different. There's a lot of stuff going on with this thing. So I'm very excited to see that release next week. So yeah, do be sure to check out the video over on YouTube. It's on the iniBuilds YouTube channel. All right. Now, staying with aircraft, Bluebird, well, they finally published the full 757 feature list. We've been waiting a long time to see exactly what this aircraft is going to be all about. They've only been talking about it for years. So the developer teased that the complete rundown was 3 to 4 weeks away. Well, it's a couple of weeks past that window. Here we are. The circuit breaker count keeps climbing. Bluebird mentioned over 150 working breakers. The new feature list goes further. It's mentioning 500 circuit breakers have been mapped to the correct electrical buses. Now, that's all well and good. But there was one or two kind of head-scratching moments in this as well to say, well, are you really going to want that level of detail in an aircraft? And the size are, well, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, right? The electrical system feeds into what Bluebird describes as its core philosophy, systems that interact with one another rather than existing as isolated checkboxes, which means there's a lot more going on under the hood, as in, okay, well, that broke, therefore this breaker. No, it could be, well, that broke, it's going to affect this system. And if that system goes, you could lose 3 or 4 different breakers. Pretty cool stuff, right? But anyway, the Pegasus FMC and a cabin that talks back. On the avionics side, the FMC is modelled after the real-world Pegasus version. It supports full LNAV and VNAV with RNAV legs, hold, Mr. Pros, and go-arounds. And the custom autopilot runs across all 3 flight control computers. Bluebird say it interacts with the electro-hydraulic servos and control laws to reproduce the inertia and response times of the real aircraft. This is pretty mad, right? Auto land and auto trim are included, and hardware users get MobiFlight support for external CDUs alongside Hoppy ACARS integration with DCL and air-to-air messaging. SimBrief and Navigraph performance uplinks are also supported. So there's a huge list of stuff coming with this aircraft. What we know now, it's on the home stretch. The price, they're aiming this to be at around $80. That 757 sits firmly in the premium territory alongside PMDG and Phoenix. And Bluebird clearly knows that scrutiny that comes at that price point. So that's what this one comes down to. I mean, if you're going to put an aircraft add-on at the higher end of the pricing point, it just invites more scrutiny. People are going to be watching things an awful lot closer. Right, so very, very excited. We don't have the exact release date yet, but we do know it's coming. They said, didn't they say like before Grand Theft Auto? So like that's where we're waiting to see. But it is pretty cool when you consider from the general aviation side of the fence. We know that Black Square are just flat out. We're going to have a number of new aircraft. We know A2A are working on their fleet. With their own Lancer on the way. And then the airliners, the A220, a 757, and an A350, all of them kind of one after the other. So there's a lot of cool stuff on the way for Flight Sim. Then we get something like this, which is mad. An anime cult classic, the Fan Racer from Macross, is now flyable in Microsoft Flight Sim for free. Some aircraft arrive in the sim because the developer wanted to nail a specific Cessna, or they wanted to get the options. With this one, the Fan Racer from Macross, the small aerobatic aircraft flown by Hikaru Ikijo, right, in the opening of Super Dimension Fortress Macross by Rick Hunter, right, for anyone who knows the show as Robotech, has been recreated as a free download for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is over my head. I haven't a clue, but it looks pretty mad. The release comes from Del Monte Simulations, which listed plainly as the Fan Racer, high-performance light aircraft with a contra-rotating propeller, coaxial propeller at the back. The store page never mentions Macross, which is expected because, well, hello. And anyone who knows the series will recognize the shape of this straight away. This is mad. It's freeware, which is kind of cool, right? So I thought it was interesting. And I saw AvAngel fly it as well. So it may be your cup of tea, it may not. It's a civilian racing aircraft, 2,000 horsepower. And what else does it have? Driving a double fan plus 6 rocket boosters set around the exhaust for short bursts of speed. Inside the cockpit is a mix of eras in a way that fits the retro-futuristic source. A traditional 6-pack of analog instruments sitting next to a glass PFD and MFD, plus a pair of extra digital screens for the pilot. On the paint side, well, it includes the iconic red and white scheme, along with several alternatives as well. Pretty good though, isn't it? There it is there, DMS Fan Racer trailer HD Rock. Isn't it mad looking? It is absolutely mad looking. So it's freeware. You can pick it up over on flightsim.to. I'll go ahead and give you the link here in the chat. If this is your cup of tea, well, that's where you can go grab it. And it's for free. So, great news there, right? Visualize says it's a blast to fly. Nice. Well, that's what you want to hear, Right, moving on. Got Friends. 2 things with Got Friends tonight. But first and foremost, their Taylorcraft BC-12D. This is on the way, and it kind of marks their last 2020 aircraft. And after this, they move on to 2024 exclusively. There's been a lot of excitement for this because the aircraft itself features new technologies that Got Friends have developed. It's due to release Friday week, which is going to be Friday the 31st, and it's going to be available for PC and console with the PlayStation release to follow. But it's all planned to be released in there. We have some beautiful pictures of this aircraft. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's just, it's an old, small general aviation into the backcountry and just, ramble along and see what you can do. I know a couple of guys who've been testing this in the pre-release. They've been very impressed by it. Very, very impressed by it. And it has this new kind of physics, which is just nuts. Reactive motion. So it's custom physics allowing real-time animation with live telemetry data. Effectively, you need to see it to believe it, but we've shown you on a trailer before, right? We'll go over to YouTube and look at this. Basically, if moving inside in the aircraft, if you go hard right or hard left, the doors react to it, the handles react to it, seatbelt, everything reacts to it. It is absolutely class, right? So I don't think I can play their music. No, I can't play their music. So we'll just have a quick look at the trailer here and see what you think. But it's a class looking machine, lads. Absolutely deadly. So it is. We'll play a bit of tunage here. So I don't know if you noticed that, but like even touching down on the water, the cowl flap or the cowling, they actually open. Absolutely nuts, right? Very, very excited to see this aircraft. I think it's going to be ideal for tipping around the backcountry. That's the Taylorcraft BC-12D, due to release next week, lads. We'll definitely be taking this for a flight. Got Friends do make some gorgeous little airplanes, and this one is very much, I think, kind of back to their roots. So I'm looking forward to that. But also with Got Friends, we'll cover more with them in a while, because they've also started working on their new Avatar series, right? Remember Avatars? They had them back in the day in 2020. Well, they're bringing these to 2024, and they're going to go through the marketplace, which is great news. It gives us the option now to customize your avatar, or indeed your co-pilot, or if you want, your furry little friend. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. Now, quickly over to flightsimtees.com, because Gibbo has been very busy, and we have new designs and also a brand new product line. And also anyone who's going to FSim UK, you see the Flight Sim Tees are mentioned there as an official partner, and you can get your own Flight Sim UK swag, which is great. But I wanted to ramble over here because Gibbo has just released a brand new clothing line of polo shirts. Polos are brilliant. I wear polos. And what we have here, we have a number of different designs, and I like these. We have one here, for example, for a DC-3. Very fancy. That's Pajo. And then we have one here for Concorde. That's Pajo the next day. But you can kind of get an idea. There's Pajo, look. But they're polo shirts, but it's really nice idea. This is more kind of, I don't know, but like you can wear this out to Sunday lunch, right? Do you know what I mean? Because it's very kind of, oh, look at that. That's a nice design on the polo shirt. So he's a brand new line available, and then there's one here for Captain as well. So this is really, really nice. I'm loving to see this. And in addition to that, we've also a brand new one. It's a two-tone Murphy one, because Gibbo looks after all our merch. And this is where you can pick up. Here's Jemima, by the way. That's Jemima. And if you ever want to know who and what Jemima was, there she is now. And she's rocking the two-tone Murphy polo shirt. Very similar to what I'm wearing over my head now. Who's ringing me phone? Go away with it. Voicemail. I wonder, is that one of them? You know, one of those scammers. I won't answer it now. It'll go to me voicemail. But anyway, I didn't know he was looking for models. No, he's a list of them. He's sure they all just knock up to the house. Hello, we're here for the photo shoot. Well, but yeah, you get the idea, right? So these are all available now. From the polo shirt, right? And also the FSim UK t-shirt that he's designed. So you have the Bristol Filton Airport on the front, and then you have the FSim UK on the back. And ideal for these events. I mean, you'll remember them from years. You know, it's like those old work ones we used to get. Team Building 99. Yeah, right. But anyway, it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is so big. For Flight Sim Tees, because they're partnered up at the event. It's very exciting to see this. So a massive shout out to Gibbo. Well done, my dude. The poor devil probably hasn't seen outside in weeks because he's been flat out busy, you know. And we also have new designs as well. I thought these were absolutely class. This one for the Dauphin, she's in the. I mean, this will be in my life. It will be in my life, because you just put in like. Look at the state. Look at the state, right? So this is on the hoodies. And we also have designs for the Zoodies or Zoodies, and also T-shirts as well. All new designs. He's added a ton of them. Concorde is in there as well. And if you go into the T-shirts, this is where you'll see them up close, because there's a ton of new designs, right? I always love this one. How planes fly. Magic, 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 magic. Brilliant. Right, it's absolutely incredible. He's just doing great work, and it's great to see the feedback coming in as well. I was chatting to Gib about that. He says, yeah, look, he's getting great feedback, and it's giving him ideas on what he can work on as well. There's Cornelius with the A10 look. It's class looking, isn't it? They're really nice designs. I'm loving these. You know. Go ahead, call HR. And then, of course, the brand new ones up the top. So you have the A380 Super. Just really nice designs, you know. And again, I've always said it's all about, that is just, I mean, look at the state of that. That's all you'd have to wear, by the way. I mean, if you wore that t-shirt, I'm just saying, you'd have to tell, stand back, right? You know what I mean? Absolutely incredible stuff. Just ordered a FSM UK meetup. Nice one, the Boise. Like the Dauphin, like it is just incredible. I want that all over me. Right? It's brilliant looking. I'm loving it. So yeah, great stuff, Gibbo. Great to see it. And again, lads, it comes down to the quality of the gear as well. I mean, I wear all the gear. The reason I haven't got it on tonight is purely because I'm going to Spain and I'm bringing all my fancy t-shirts with me. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, I've stuff there from the very first one, the Airbus glass. Yeah, it's perfect. The shape, the quality, the material, it's still perfect. And I'm tough on gear. You can imagine now I'm hardy when it comes to clothes and all the jazz. So it's great to see. So do be sure to check it all out. As I said, anything that goes on to Flight Sim Tees, if you like a design, act fairly quick. They don't last an awful long time. Gibbo changes things up regularly. So you'll see, he'll give you an alert to say this is leaving soon, or, the last few orders available. So I'll give you a link over to flightsimtees.com. I'll pop it into the chat there now. All right. So do be sure to check it out. Also, on top of all of that, if you want, it's entirely up to yourselves. But if you want to save yourself 10%, use that code. Gibbo made that for our community, which is just incredible. All right. So we have a code just for our community because Gibbo is sound and he said, Murph, let's do a code for the community. There it is. Use the code TTM at checkout to save yourself 10% because saving money is always a good thing. So brilliant. My heartbeat one is still going strong, top quality. Yeah, no, they are. It's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. All right. So check them out. Fantastic stuff, Gibbo. It's just adding way more stuff into the catalog, and it depends on the style that you're looking for. Here's the Zuddies, for example. This is where you can see the slight differences in the design of this gear. So you have plenty of options. You have plenty of options of how the gear turns out. So yeah, great stuff. And yeah, do be sure to check out the L2 Tour Murphy lineup with our brand new polo shirt and also our caps and all the jazz. Fantastic stuff. So well done, Gibbo, you absolute ledge. And yeah, very excited to see you working with FSIM UK. Very, very exciting. So lads, can we get the pints of Guinness emotes into the chat for Gibbo, because he's an absolute mad lad and he's doing great things. So fair play to that man. Well done, that man. And loads of pints of Guinness in the chat. Well done, Gibbo. And we shall move on. So over to scenery now, and Santorini, which of course means Wales. It returns to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 with the airport's longer runways. Scenery add-ons usually run a few years behind the real world. Airports resurface, aprons get redrawn, thresholds are shifted, and the sim version keeps flying the old layout until someone decides that an update is worth the effort. Well, Santorini is a useful case in point. Fraport Greece shut LGSR to regular traffic on the 12th of January this year for a full runway reconstruction, part of the phase programme that also closed Corfu, Zakynthos, Mykonos, and also several other regional airports. It reopened a week later with a brand new pavement and reconfigured runway. 29 Palms have now released a native Flight Sim 2024 version of its Santorini scenery, and the studios say that the recreated runway it reflects that work, including the relocated runway 15 threshold, and according to the developer, the runway now measures 2,300 meters against the 2,100 it did before. The extension is the thread running through most of the changelog, with 29 Palms saying that the taxiway alpha has been extended and a new taxi-link mic connecting them has been repositioned. It's the second native 2024 product from the Greek studio after Chania International arrived this year back in March. The original Santorini was released the end of May in 2024. It was fairly good. The 2024 edition keeps that scope. The mesh terrain still covers Santorini and surrounding areas at 3 meters per pixel resolution, which is huge, right? Huge. Default buildings across the island also being removed and replaced with custom ones, and particular attention to the villages of Firo Stefani and Immer Vigili, Dandawaya or Oya. Yeah, right. Also, custom ports have been added in as well. It's pretty cool looking, lads. I don't know if you've seen Santorini before. It is very pretty. I remember flying here a long time ago, and it actually felt authentic, as in the buildings, everything around the scenery. It just felt that you had gone somewhere very new. Because as amazing as the world is in Microsoft Flight Sim, and it is amazing, some of the airports, it kind of feels samey. I think Microsoft Flight Sim are kind of lacking when it comes to like their default scenery objects, where before, like, it was Black Shark and they were kind of injecting AI stuff. I think it's a little bit lacking. I'd love to see new buildings, new assets for scenery. They've added a few, but I'd like to see more. Just especially when you fly into places like these, it just, those, they're more white buildings, different. It just gives a totally different vibe to the place. Do you know what I mean? So you can see it here, like on the cliffs and all that. Do you know? You got engaged in Santorini. No way, Dave. Brilliant. Visited Santorini back in the day, said Balbro. I've never been there. I've never been to Greece or the Greek islands. Do you know? Anyway, it's available on Contrail. Anyone who owns the 2020 version, if they use the code LGSR UP24, you can check out for an upgrade price of €5. Right? So that's the code. If you owned Santorini, use that code I've just put in the chat. If you've owned the previous one for 2020, well, then the upgrade will cost you €5. Which is, you're getting an updated airport, and it's native to 2024. So, you know what I mean? So, good stuff there. Now, an airport we'll check out. We're not here next week. We will be here the week after. UK 2000, well, they come home to Scotland with a brand new rendition of Dundee Airport. Dundee Airport, I love this airport. We've flown here many times using the Orbex scenery. UK 2000 have now come out and made this compatible for 2020 and for 2024. And it's one thing that we know about UK 2000. They're not really interested in the interiors or any of that jazz. They just want to have the airport look the part. When you land, everything looks where it should be, and then, away you go again. They really make nice airports. I've always been a fan of UK 2000. Dundee is in a beautiful part of the world. The approach is always challenging. We have the fantastic bridges. You have to get in over Tesco. It's a really nice part of the world. So we're going to be checking out this one Wednesday week when I'm back, right? Because it does look very, very nice indeed. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Dundee, the usual kind of stuff when it comes to UK 2000. Photorealistic texturing, modeling looks absolutely perfect. Taxiways and also the runway itself and the surrounding area, plenty of eye candy, and it looks very, very accurate. And it's not to say that the Orbex one wasn't. Orbex one was fine, but this one has my eye. So I actually have it. We've a little bit of a trailer here. We'll have a quick look. As I said, I actually have, I picked up this scenery, haven't used it yet, but yeah, I think what's the old quality like there? You get the idea. It just gives you that whole vibe of Dundee. I think the Orbex scenery, they had like a 146 static aircraft, the Royal Jet parked there, Passed by there last week. No way. Dundee is like 15 minutes from you. No way. Cracker's here. Good to see you. Dazza, your old city. It's mad, isn't it? Sprockets, good evening, buddy. Hope you're well. So yeah, we're going to check this one out next week, and great stuff from UK 2000. The airport is available right now. You can pick it up for around €12.99. That's around $14-ish, 11-ish pounds. And yeah, as I said, it's compatible with 2020 and 2024. And it does add the missing Tay Bridge in the sim as well. You are quite right on that. Now we're nearly there. A lost World War I training airfield has returned to Microsoft Flight Sim as freeware. Grange Aerodrome on the edge of Gosport in Hampshire was the place where the Royal Flying Corps figured out a far better way to teach people how to fly. And more than a century later, its digital recreation for Microsoft Flight Sim was built by a trainee as part of his own learning journey. It's hard to imagine a more fitting way for this particular airfield to come back to life. Time Machine Designs, these are the guys behind Hadrian's Wall and the upcoming RAF Kenley Airport from 1940, have released Grange Aerodrome 1917 as a freeware. It's over on flightsim.to, together with 2 period liveries for Captain Sim's Sopwith Camel. Founder Richard Blows describes it as a bit of a curiosity, but for anyone with an interest in aviation history, it's a very interesting little site to have in the sim. Richard, who has been researching the site's history for an upcoming piece from the Palmer Fort Society, shared some of the background with us. In the early years of the Great War, British military flying training was defined by extreme risk aversion. New pilots were taught little beyond taking off, landing, and flying straight and level, while anything resembling aerobatics, then dismissed as stunting, was strictly forbidden. That left the Royal Flying Corps pilots at a severe disadvantage against their well-trained German counterparts. And by the end of 1916, casualty rates had become unsustainable, with training itself killing an alarming number of airmen before they ever saw combat. Then came Major Robert Smith Barry, an Irish aristocrat and pre-war aviation pioneer who had taken command of No. 60 Squadron in France in July 1916. And if you're wondering, Irish, there was a lot of Irish involved here. Of course, we know James Fitzmaurice, who was with the Royal Flying Corps before he came to the Irish Air Corps, right, or the Irish Free State Air Corps, as it was back then. But anyway, after watching his squadron bleed pilots through the Battle of the Somme, he began a relentless lobbying campaign for a complete overhaul of training, arguing that the most of flying's supposed dangers stopped being dangerous once a pupil was properly taught how to handle them. The pestering eventually worked. Major General Hugh Trenchard, commanding the Royal Flying Corps, sent him home to put his ideas into practice. And on January 1917, Smith Barry arrived at Grange Aerodrome to take command of No. 1 Reserve Squadron, which that July became School of Special Flying. This is like the very kind of birth of modern airmanship, modern training, right? Stick and rudder and all this kind of jazz. But anyway, what we get here is a freeware scenery from a developer who focus heavily on history, which I'm all for because I think it's amazing. And they've made this available for free. Number one, we can learn about this story so it's not lost. And two, we can actually experience what this could have been like back in the day. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely incredible. So everything's over on flightsim.to. I'll give you the link to it, lads. And I just think this is just a wonderful, wonderful project, and they've made it for free. So great stuff there. Absolutely great stuff there. Now, Warbirds, Wine, and Cal Fire, a freeware of Paso, is it Robles? Kilo Papa Romeo Bravo has been released. California's Central Coast, one of the best regions in the sim for low and slow flying, but there's been a stubborn hole right in the middle of it. Paso Robles Municipal, the general aviation hub of northern San Luis County, wine country, has gone untouched for a very long time. According to the developer, Nandengo, there hasn't been a decent rendition of the field since. There's a lot of history on this one. It's a natural stopover between the Bay Area and Los Angeles, with San Luis and Santa Barbara within easy reach for regional hops. And if you know the Paso Robles for wine, well, the airport itself might surprise you. The field started life back in 1942 as a Marine Corps bomber base, and it was dedicated as Estrella Army Airfield in 1943 before being handed over to San Luis County after the war. Today, it's a sizable GA facility with 2 runways, a Cal Fire air attack base, and also the Estrella Warbird Museum sitting right on the field. The mix gives the scenery plenty of character to work with. The Cal Fire ramp is a nice touch for anyone who enjoys recreating aerial firefighting. And, of course, you can see where the museum grounds, in the developer's words, were a fun part to build. Again, this is more freeware for you. It's available over on flightsim.to. It works in 2020 and in 2024. I'll pop that into the chat for you, lads. If you just want to save it, check it out. I think it looks really nice for freeware. And it's just somewhere interesting to fly to, especially if you're in California. Just somewhere nice, somewhere different. Go in and check it out. And there seems to be a lot of attention to detail gone into this one. So, massive shout out and well done to Vasco for finding a lot of freeware, because, I mean, yes, we have a lot of payware products coming out, but, you know, developers who are making freeware stuff in the sim, they are doing the work of the crazy. They put in all these hours and effort and they make them available to us to enjoy for free. That in itself, I think, is absolutely incredible. It's so commendable, and we need to be supporting these lads by saying thanks. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, great stuff there. Simulations, another airport we're going to check out the week after next. They've released a how do we pronounce this one? Is a Kalmanos airport for 2020 and 2024. A Greek island situated 771 feet above the Aegean Sea. The Kalinos Island Airport, Lima Golf Kilo Yankee, welcomes regional services across into Greece on its 1,015 meter long runway. Optimized for performance, the scenery includes a fully modelled terminal interior, custom ground textures with PBR, and depicts the local area, including the port. Simulations, they're no stranger to the small Greek airports. They gave us Sicily and also Crete, and we can purchase this one over on Contrail for just $9.99. Looks like a lovely little airport, doesn't it? Simulations, I've been following these guys for years. I remember the very first airports, and you just see them getting better and better and better with all of their releases. So we're going to be checking out this one soon. It looks like a gorgeous destination. And especially when you look at Greece and the Greek islands, as I said, it's like the ideal place to plan your weekend and say, right, I'm going to fly my airliner, right, land at this major hub, and then it's going to be a general aviation trek around these islands. I mean, what a way to go. What an incredible way not only to explore the sim and the scenery, but also learn a lot about the areas you're flying in as well. Something that you can use with SayIntentions with your tour guide, for example. And then you can come back to the dinner on table and say, did you know that the turtles on this place aren't even turtles? This kind of crack, but it's great. So we're going to be checking out this airport next week or the week after as well. What we're going to have a quick look tonight, Got Friends, Man's Best Friend Deluxe. It's now available for 2020 and, more importantly, 2024. They announced this a few days ago. It's available right now over on their website, priced at just $9.99. The single purchase covers both 2020 and 2024. They've over 120 different companions in which you can choose from. Dogs, cats, turtles, whatever it is you want, you can position them in the aircraft if you'd like to have your furry friend flying along with you for the spin. They're going to be working on avatars soon, and also some additional things like hats and equipment and stuff that you can bring. Upshift, good to see you, bud. So it's a bit of a head scratcher to get this to work, but once you figured out how it works, right? Don't forget, lads, as well, if you are signed up to the Captain's Club with MSFS add-ons.com, you get 20% off all of the Got Friends add-ons. So always consider that the Captain's Club stuff as well to help support Vasco and all the work that he does with MSFS add-ons.com. And he's working on loads of stuff in the background. Exciting things are happening. So, great bit of stuff. We'll cover this one briefly, but just to give the importance of it, with bus trips are now a thing. They're up and running with Sim Update 6 beta. And I think some of the findings so far from Sim Update 6, the beta of it, performance is slightly better. Bus trips are back in there as well. There have been fixes made to avionics. I think the biggest problem is it's going to require developers to update their aircraft. You know what I mean? They'll just have to update their aircraft because they're making changes. But anyway, bus trips, I think this was sorely missed. It was always, you load into the sim. What am I going to do today? Well, bus trips, you're able to download them. You're able to get all these different ideas. They're now coming back. Guided, leg by leg, via 4 adventures. Were always something that were available in the sim. Just to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. They're now coming back. So I think this is great news. But of course, we're also looking forward to more updates and enhancements to the sim. One in particular is going to be the better nighttime lighting at generic airports, right? Career mode getting a lot more work when it comes to nighttime flying. And there's a few kind of quality of life additions and fixes coming as well. And that's without more of what's being added to Sim Update 6, because there's a lot coming in. So we'll have to wait and see as we get closer to the release. But I think anyone who's using Sim Update 6 now, there's a lot of positives about it, which is exciting. I think the sim, as York put it, I would agree. I think the sim has been fairly stable now for the last while. So it's good to see this. Quick shout with VR. What Sim Update will also bring to Pimax, in particular Pimax, and not just VR in general, but particularly when it comes to whatchamacallit, Pimax, right? Got friends, need to get Gibbo's gear in the sim. Now there's an idea. You see, why isn't that a thing? Gibbo, get talking to Got friends, get flight sim teas available in the sim. I mean, that's only genius. Also, Got friends, good to see you, lads. You see, Got friends, tell them you only want to start with the underpants line. Right? That'll get things going. Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, new article just dropped. Grand, we'll grab it now, Energizer. So yeah, the information that we have here from Pimax, looking at what Sim Update 6 is able to do. The fix is coming to VR. They're aimed at quad views and also the foveated rendering, which is a big deal. I have the Pimax Crystal Super, right? And I can tell you, I need to make videos on it, but before I even get into that, the Pimax Crystal Super versus the Pimax Crystal Lite. A lot of people are saying, hey, is that actually worth the update? Yes, it's just a better headset. It's more clearer, a little bit lighter. And then we're going to be getting the OLED screens for this thing as well. Game-changing stuff. And Pimax are also developing this mad stuff with the Dream Air. So there's a lot of cool stuff, I think. You know, I think the focus right now when it comes to flight simming is physical hardware in front of us, peripherals, you know, buttons, all this kind of jazz. VR is the alternative to that. I mean, you can use pass-through, I suppose, right? This, what do they call it? There's a name for it where you can kind of see a bit of real life and see a bit of the sim. But I think, you know, not everyone has the space for all of these beautiful bits of hardware. VR replaces that entirely. It doesn't matter what hardware you have, you're in the aircraft. You are literally inside the aircraft in a VR experience. So I'm very, very interested to see what we can get out of these headsets with some Update 6. Huge, could be huge. Now, let me see. Zonos Tokyo Haneda has been released for X-Plane 12. We gave you the preview of this a couple of weeks back. It's now been released, and I got to say, it has to be one of the more kind of detailed airports that has been released over an X-Plane 12. The airport itself, Haneda, it is absolutely friggin' massive. It's gorgeous. It's built by reclaimed land on a bit of a kind of a rocky kind of a stuff, right? But it's now available over in the world of X-Plane. You can pick it up over on Orbex for £20, not one of the cheaper ones, but there's hundreds of custom modeled buildings and assets, highly accurate custom terrain, authentic ground detail, genuine Japanese signage throughout the place, right? PBR materials, handcrafted grunge and weathering, fully detailed surroundings, vegetation, rocks, trash bins, environmental clutter, custom night lighting, iconic points of interest, including the Tower of Winds and observation decks, and custom modeled island integration blended seamlessly into the X-Plane 12 world. Some are very interesting to go flying in X-Plane if that's your jazz. X-Plane is still a very worthy simulator. I haven't flown it in quite some time on the channel. I have to jump back just to check it out because it's been steadily just getting its updates. They're moving great directions in some, you know, they're making great progress in some directions and kind of no direction or progress, and it's weird, but you can kind of see like that's a beautiful shot, isn't it? That's native X-Plane now. Native, do you know? Flight Sim Tees underpants, they'll fly off the shelf. Fly off self, right? Darren Daz, good to see you. VR, the Bush and Heli Promised Land, 100%. Absolutely. Did I hear underpants? Rick Engineering, good evening. Hope you're well. 172, JH, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Thank you very much indeed. How is multiplayer in X-Plane 12? Because we use SayIntentions, we don't need to worry about it. You can use SayIntentions with Skynet on a groupie flight. They'll inject traffic. So you could be on, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim. I could be in X-Plane. We'll see each other. It's cool, right? It's cool. So SayIntentions are like, they're doing a lot of cool stuff there, you know. News from DCS. 2 bits of news from DCS, lads. This is important. I need to show you this, and I know I'm very late for everyone, but I need to show you this because any of you who's been involved in flight simulation over the years, there is a name that needs no introduction, and that is Frugal. Frugal Pete, right? And Frugal retired, right? He kind of hung up the headphones and whatnot. However, I want to share this video, right? Because I learned an awful lot from Frugal. He was my absolute inspiration when it comes to news and bringing information. Because, yeah, you can go to websites, but it's grand when we can kind of have a bit of a chat about it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Frugal Pete, an absolutely lovely guy. He came out with this yesterday, right? And if you know who Frugal is, you know who he is. If you don't know who he is, he was one of the earlier flight sim content creators, way back in the day with like Matt Davies and all these, right? Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because we're talking about Heapler, in particular, we're talking about DCS. The community kind of content manager of DCS, Matt Wagner, he's known as Wags. The poor devil is ill, right? He's battling cancer, and they're trying to do a bit of a something. I'll play the video from Frugal. Just have a look at it, and we'll talk about it in a moment.
This is Frugal. Yeah, I know, right? It's been a while. And I look really old. I grew old in the past 4 or 5 years. I'm so sorry. Anyway, the reason for coming out of retirement is actually a very good reason. And many of you know a chap called Wags. Now, Wags is the community support manager and has been for 10 or 20 years for Ego Dynamics for DCS World. I've met Wags a couple of times. He's a great chap. And I was surprised when I first met him to find he's in a wheelchair. Well, things have not gone well for Wags. He's actually fighting bone marrow cancer. And there's an event coming up on, I'm reading now, so this is why I'm not looking at that, but I'm looking at that. Friday, July 31st to Sunday, August the 2nd, and Friday, August the 7th to Sunday, August the 9th. Ego Dynamics are laying on something called Operation Wags. I will link it in the show notes below. They are also looking for donations, of course. Obviously, Matt is having a hard time. He's trying to fight bone marrow cancer, and anybody that lives anywhere near America knows how expensive that is. Don't die or get ill in America. It will cripple you financially. So that's where Wags is at. So we're trying to raise money for Wags. Anything you can give is greatly supported. I came out of retirement to make one video, which is this one. Matt, if you're watching this, fight it, man. Fuck cancer. Seriously, what I just said. I'm not going to say it again. If you can give. If you can't give, just turn up to the event and make it a kick-ass event. I will link it in the show notes below. It is good to see you all. Thanks for watching.
Right, so that's a video from Frugal for Wags. I'm going to share this. It's the Operation Wags website. If you can donate, great. But if you can't, don't worry about it at all. The whole idea is they're trying to run a couple of different events. It's just sad, right? And unfortunately, he's not the only person in our broader flight sim community that has to deal with this. I mean, our own users, we people here in our own community, and even a content creator who I'm very good friends with Shoney Gaming. Shoney's going through a tough time right now. It is the world we live in, right? For this, DCS are getting behind it. They're doing this big Operation Wags. They want to do different flights and whatever in DCS world. But it was all about just, look, hey, we'll share what's going on, right? Because it doesn't matter where you do your flight sim. It could be DCS, it could be X-Plane, it could be Microsoft Flight Sim. We're all part of the one industry, if you like. We're all part of the one ecosystem, right? So there's events on. If you can donate, great. If you can't, don't worry. You still make a difference just by sharing the event, showing up, watching a couple of streams, whoever's doing some stuff. It's how we all kind of support each other. And the same would go for Shoney Gaming. If you can get over to Shoney's Discord and just wish him well, because I mean, like, bloody hell, do you know what I mean? So I wanted to share that because it was important with not only with Heapler, but anyone who knows DCS. Wags has done some incredible interviews over the years, and everyone has the same opinion of him. He's just a really nice guy, So it's sad when you see people have to kind of, they're up against it, right? But anyway, see what you can think of that. And as I said, the same for Shoney, who does the best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression this side of the Atlantic. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's just real life always gets in there. I've always tried to keep us away from real life, as in we need to escape the world. But when it happens, or when a bit of bad news comes into the flight sim community from the people, and I'm always about people. I'm always about people. It's just to raise that little bit of awareness, let people know, and it's amazing, right? Someone who is on the receiving end of that, if they see a new person coming into their chat, or if they see someone coming in saying hello, it's amazing what that can do. The power of people is truly amazing. Just someone going in saying, hey, how's it going? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It makes a difference. We all have that ability to make that difference to someone else. You know what I mean? So anyway, back to DCS. With Heat Blur, the F-14BU for DCS, well, it's available now for pre-orders. Now, if you laugh at landing rates, buzz towers, or prefer pointy planes, well, this one is for you. Heat Blur confirming that the F-14BU upgrade package for the famous rendition of the F-14 Tomcat is releasing on July 22nd, which is, well, today. The Tomcat U brings it into the modern form as a 2000s era multi-role air superiority and strike platform. Sold as a paid expansion, the BU adds new avionics, new navigation, and also mission management tools. The F-14, of course, being the absolute warrior of the 80s, 90s. This update brings it kind of to its last upgraded form, if you like, of the early 2000s multi-role. Because these are still serving on carriers and so on. So, yeah, the biggest difference is in the front cockpit with the new VDIG or modernized hub, which brings targeting data, navigation cues, RWR information, lantern integration, and also JDAM delivery, all there in front of you. The rear cockpit also gets a significant update with a new PTID, giving that the RIO, rear something officer, is it? But anyway, a larger and more capable interface, which is pretty cool, right? Where is this now? What an amazing drive for support. And yeah, sure, Murphy only comes here to get away from real life. The missus looking for the kitchen. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Brutal, right? Just Roy, good to see you, Roy. Happy Wednesday. Good evening. Memphis Stan, 42 months. Cheers, buddy. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh,
Jesus is right. But anyway, so anyone looking forward to the newly updated, it's a paid add-on. If you want to pick it up, that's where you can go and grab it. It's available over in DCS, is the F-14. And if you're in DCS, you know how good it is. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome, right? Jeez, we've noise in the background. Anyway, lastly, news from SayIntentions. We had a quick look at this the other day. I'm still blown away by it. SayIntentions have launched a brand new, they call it AI uplink. And for this, it's utilizing GSX. But effectively what SayIntentions does, it can now interact with GSX without you having to go near menus. You can talk naturally to the ramp controller, right? They have their own frequency, and you can say things like, hey, connect the GPU, grab the stairs, start loading, I need the de-icer, where's the refueling truck? And GSX responds to all of this. Now, it doesn't override GSX code so far as, GSX will do GSX things. It's GSX, right? But what it does do is eliminate the need of the menu coming up on the screen, disappearing, hiding, going for the walk, walking the dog, coming back up on the screen, all of these things. Plus, the likes of a pushback, you can literally say, request pushback tail left, or, request pushback tug release point Bravo. It can do all of these things now because SayIntentions is able to drive that information and interact directly with GSX. This is an amazing feature, and it's on a short final to release. It's available right now to partners, and it's we should expect this fairly soon to all SayIntentions subscribers. And I think it's brilliant. I think this is a great way to kind of interact or implement or integrate. There, we got there eventually. Integrate SayIntentions with other add-ons within the sim. And I thought this was brilliant. We've seen it already now with Navigraph. We've seen it with Parallel 42. Now we're seeing it with GSX. I think this is a great idea. And just hats off to all the crew at SayIntentions, because they're just flat out. They're just flat out making cool stuff. And as I said, we got to check this out on Sunday. Very impressed by it. And, from takeoff to landing, it just did everything it needed with GSX. I thought it was excellent. So this is coming out very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for this. Also, don't forget, lads, you can get a free 24-hour trial with SayIntentions. No questions asked, no obligations, and to give it all a shot. And I think, there's more and more coming with SayIntentions. As I said, I find it difficult to do a flight without having SayIntentions doing something, be it the cabin crew, the ground, co-pilots, or even ATC at this stage. It's quite mad, Where's this now? Black Sheep Gene. Gene, thank you very, very much indeed. So excited, says Roy, about this. Just wanted to let you all know I started with the creation of 2024 native EHBK. That's Maastricht, his very first scenery. Roy is making a brand new scenery for flights in 2024, and it's going to be native, and it's going to cover Maastricht. Roy, that is awesome news, and congratulations. We're looking forward to you. Scrolling away and you popped up. You can't escape you. Foxfly Studio. Welcome aboard. Jeez, the microphone picks up a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So from SayIntentions, again, you'll see all their weekly updates when it comes to their newsletters. And if you want to sign up for them, just head on over to SayIntentions.ai and you'll see what they're working on. This is, I have to say, this is one of the coolest things I've seen recently from SayIntentions, because it just works out of the box. And GSX, which is always the bane of your very existence, to see now the SayIntentions is like, yeah, don't worry, but we'll cover you. Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. Do you know? Forza God, good to see it. So that is the story. Also, if you don't have GSX, SayIntentions does include its own ground handling. It'll give you pushback and you can control the jetways, right? So if GSX isn't your thing, well, that's still okay. You can still tune to the ramp and say, hey, will you go ahead and connect the jetway? Or, hey, I need a pushback. It'll do these things anyway. All right. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we just hope to be more. We just need more. You know what I mean? But yeah, great stuff there from SayIntentions. Right, now, before we get going, I need to check, is there a Heisenberg in the house? Let's ask the question. Because we know the Heisenberg is over by yonder, and we have Lord Frites here as well. So we'll talk to Heisenberg, because he's going to jump in. Yeah, include Andre Rieu at the Vritoff. Yeah, wouldn't that be brilliant, Roy? You should talk to Andre Rieu. I hear the sound, you know. But anyway, here we are with the DO 228. This is a Dornier. Heisenberg, you're there. Do you want to give us a shout on Discord and we can pop you on the screen with a camera, because you're over at Oshkosh, and we can say a quick hello to you and what's happening. Or if now is a bad time, sure, we can do it later. There's no panic, because it's up to you, but you let me know what's happening. The SayIntentions pushback also ties in with the taxi tuner profiles. Yes, very much so. So you can edit the taxi. You can edit the airport in relation to the taxi tuner to get everything working in there as well. It's brilliant, man. It's absolutely brilliant. Oshkosh, by gosh, indeed. So we'll see how Heisenberg is. I don't know what reception is going to be like. If he can give us a ping, we'll get him up on the screen here, and we'll have an quick chat with him, because it looks to be. I mean, it's on my bucket list. I would love to go to Oshkosh. It's just, you know, I'm in Ireland. Like, you'd be a long time swimming, do you know? But anyway, as we're waiting, what we have here, of course, is the newest release from Carenado. It's the DO 228, Dornier's 228. And the aircraft is in the Kustvacht livery for the Dutch Coast Guard. And what we have here with this aircraft, it is quite unique. It is quite unique, right? Where is this now? He's gone into the game and voice channel. He needs to get out of there. What we have here with the aircraft, when I say it's unique, it's quite unique from Carenado, because the sounds are very good. It looks awesome, as you would expect from Carenado, and the handling is very good. Hang on, here's a phone call. Hello?
Hey, Marv.
What's happening?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You sound lovely. So you're live over at Oshkosh, is that correct?
I'm over at Oshkosh. Standing under the wing of a DC-6, the Royal Red Bull flying team. First time they've been out here, as far as I can tell. They came out with the DC-6 and a P-38, which is over in the Warbird area. But yeah, it's very cool. I've got a DC-6 to my right. I've got a B-25 to my left. And I've got an F-22 in front of me. So where else are you going to find that?
Absolutely incredible. So tell me, we're actually looking at footage directly from EAA's website. And today looks like it's hot and it's clear, because I think, wasn't there, hang on, there you are now. Wasn't there an issue with smoke and stuff?
Yeah, there was. How do I turn this camera around so you don't see my ugly puss?
There could be a button. If you tap the screen once and then it should show you a button. I like the hat.
You like the shirt?
Ah, look at that. Representing flight sim tees in America. Brilliant.
You got that right. Cox special.
Fantastic. James, it looks like it's a hot day there, man. And hang on, you press the button. It's all pear shaped. But don't worry about it. We're still looking at live footage here from the website. See how you get on with that.
So when you come out here, be prepared to be hot during the day, cold at night, and bring comfortable shoes because you're going to be walking a lot.
I can imagine, like, it's the entire airport covered off. And as I was saying, I was looking at some of the arrivals over the last few days, and there was issues trying to get aircraft in because, well, the smoke coming in from Canada. What's it been like there now the last few days? Did that impact on the event?
It did not impact the event. It pretty much cleared up. When I flew in on Monday, and you could see the smoke as you got over. So I had a connection in Detroit. So when we got close to Detroit, you could see the smoke, you could see the haze below you. And then as we flew out to Appleton, it was hazy the whole way. So there is some smoke. It's been cloudy every day. It's been windy every day, but that hasn't stopped these folks. The air shows are starting at 1 o'clock every day. Tonight we've got the fireworks and a drone demonstration. We did last night, and I posted a bunch of pictures. We did the stall demos, which was awesome. It takes a lot to cancel anything here. The stall guys were up in arms because they did cancel it Monday night, and then they were about to cancel it last night, and everybody had a fit. So we were able to move forward with it. So that made Tom Wolf and his crew very happy. But
brilliant.
Yeah, it's been nonstop pretty much all week. They're bringing planes in, they're taking planes out. We had an A350 that was here for a couple days. That one flew out last night. I posted that in Discord as well. They just pulled an F-15 right by me as I was standing here waiting for you, Murph. An F-15 just came. They were pushing it by, putting that in place. So it's just crazy. It's one thing after another.
Wow. And tell me, I mean, this is not your first time at Oshkosh. What's it like this year compared to last year? I mean, do you see the event? Is it getting bigger? Is it getting better? Or is it kind of same old, same old?
No, it's getting bigger, I think. It's my fourth year out here. Wednesday's the busiest day, right? Because they have the night show Wednesdays and Saturday. So Tuesday and Wednesday are the busiest days. Then people start to fly out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but they're still expecting well over 700,000 people in total this week. So it's incredible. The traffic is crazy. Trying to get out of here tonight. Now the show starts around 8:30, 9 o'clock local time here. It lasts for about 2 hours. I won't be able to even get to an Uber till midnight. There's just no way in and out of here.
Wow. So you're staying obviously nearby, you're staying up in town maybe, and you're just traveling to and from each day.
Yeah. I'm about maybe 15 minutes up the road, up Route 41. It's a small town called Neenah. Not too bad to get back and forth. Best thing to do is not to get a ride directly to the show. There's an FBO at the far end, Basler's. And I have them drop me off there, and then there's a shuttle that comes every 15 minutes that brings you around the airport to the show, and that's the easiest way to get in and out of here. But they stop running at 8 o'clock at night, so I'm gonna have a tough time getting out of here tonight.
I can imagine, and so between all the air shows that are running all day every day, you also have all the different exhibitors at their tents and booths. I mean, they're doing anything from, there's meetings, there's seminars, there's meet and greets. We know Aviation 101 is down with, are they there with Sling aircraft, I think? Garmin are there. I mean, you can just ramble up to these guys, get in front of them and have a chat, right?
Absolutely. I was over at the Garmin tent earlier today. I talked to someone. He told me about some of the features, the new Garmin Axis, what what the benefit of getting that unit is over getting something else. They're very good that way. They love to talk to you. You've got Sling, you've got Cirrus, you've got ForeFlight, you've got YouTubers, Rebuild Rescue, Jimmy's World. They're all here. They do meet and greets every day. The exhibitors booth, there's so many. I mean, you could spend 2 or 3 days just going through each of the hangars. They have 4 big hangars where a lot of the exhibitors are stationed, and you can get pretty much anything you want. They have, and it doesn't even have to be aviation related. Leaf filters here, Beth Tugs. Mike Patey's brother Mark is here. I was talking to him.
Wow.
You've got the Watt team. It's just as anything you want. They also have a huge flea market at the one end of the airport, and you could spend a whole day just going from table to table, all kinds of aviation, non-aviation related stuff. It's insane. It's the biggest flea market I've ever seen is when I come out here to see that.
And that's all your aviation swag and badges and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, tools, parts. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Anything you want, they have it here for you.
That's incredible, man. So you're there for the full week, as you said. It'll take you a few days to get around. The Red Arrows folks are asking, any sign of them yet? Did they make it over? Have they put on a display? Did you get to see them?
The what folks now?
The Red Arrows from the RAF.
The Red Arrows. I have not seen them yet. They may make a debut tonight. The night show starts at 6. I know they're here, but I have not seen them yet.
Come here. Do you know what's there? There's an old Irish Air Corps Marchetti there, single prop training aircraft. If you see it, it's in its original Irish colours. It flew in with the Warbirds on Sunday, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, if you get your mug in front of that, I was in that.
Yeah.
It was never the same since.
I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time over at the Warbird area yet, but I do plan on spending tomorrow over there. So I'll be taking pictures. I'll be looking for it. Most of my day yesterday was spent with Tom Wolfe over at the other end, where all the ultralights and the vintage aircraft are. Just doing stuff, with them, watching them and talking to a bunch of those guys.
That's incredible. The footage we're looking at here from Oshkosh, there's an Aero Commander, a Rockwell Commander, giving it socks. With I've got some nice smoke trails going on. But what are you most looking forward to over the next few days? I mean, I can only imagine that night event is going to be awesome.
Yeah, the night event's a big thing. Tell you the truth, I mean, this is my 4th time here. The best thing about coming out here, and not too different than what you find at Expo, is when I go to the AOPA tent to take a break, or I go and sit somewhere, someone will always come up to you, sit down next to you, and you start talking about aviation stuff. I tell them about flight simming. They tell me about their experience. Everybody's got a different story, and I love that. I think that's my favorite part.
That's awesome. I love that, man. And it's like the facilities there, food, you got plenty of places to sit down, get out of the sun, chill out. I mean, it's well organized, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they've got food all over the place. They've got trams that run back and forth. They've even got movies every night. They have an area where they show movies. They do lectures. I think they were doing they had some people from NASA last night talking about the space shuttle and NASA's future plans for Mars and everything else. So there's always something. There's plenty of stuff you can get. They have the Redbird simulators. I know Real Sim Gear is out here. They have their whole thing put together, the whole Cirrus flight sim thing in place. The Redbird sims, you can actually spend time with the CFI and log some time. If you're a student pilot, they'll put an entry in your logbook, and you'll get it like a half an hour toward your pilot certificate. If you want IFR training, you can head over to the museum. They have permanently the Redbird set up over there, and you can log flight time with the CFI and get some IFR time in for that rating. The museum is also a great place. They're here year round. The shuttle will take you over to the museum, all kinds of different displays. You can spend half a day just, if you want to get out of the heat, you want to spend some time indoors, or if it's raining, you want to go stand in the air conditioning, go to the museum, and you'll spend a few hours there going through and looking at all the different exhibits there. So there's no lack of anything. There's camping. There's grocery stores for the people that are here camping. They'll take you to Target during the day if you need to pick something up. It's just, whatever you want. They try to make it as convenient as possible for you.
That's awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Well, listen, dude, it's been a wonderful insight. Like anyone over this side of the pond, I mean, Oshkosh, to understand the scale, I think you got to be there, right? I mean, we've all been to air shows, I'm sure, but what we have at Oshkosh is like, this is the one. This is the biggest. It's the busiest. Everything is happening at Oshkosh, and it runs for the full week. And you, as you're saying, I mean, you'll get to see cool stuff. There's interesting stuff, but also people. They're there to talk aviation.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, Murph. It's so big. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. I mean, Expo's one thing, but Expo times 10, and then you've got stimmers here as well. I've run into a handful of different stimmers that told me they were going to be here. We've met up. We've taken pictures. So, our community is here. They're just hidden because there's so much more.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's absolutely brilliant. Well, listen, I won't interrupt the rest of your day, but thanks so much. You gave me the shout last week to say, Murph, I'll be here. Well, I give you a shout. Like, absolutely, it's a wonderful insight for us watching at home. Just to, like, we can see the trailers, we can see all the marketing, but to have you out there telling us, hey, this is what the story is. It's a great insight, man. So yeah, thank you so very much. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the night show tonight, and make sure there's a cold pint sitting for you somewhere to kick back afterwards.
Oh, believe me, they love their beer here. It's not Guinness, but it'll do. Anyway, hey, sorry about the video. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to work this new phone yet. So I apologize for that, but
not at all.
Thanks for taking some time and talking to me. I enjoy talking to everyone, letting them know what's going on out here.
No, really appreciate it, buddy. Have an amazing time. We'll keep an eye on all the photos you're posting on Discord, and yeah, looking forward to when you're back flying with us.
Cool. Thanks, Murph. Thanks, chat. See everyone.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't that brilliant? Heisenberg live from EAA AirVenture 2026 Oshkosh. The feed I'm looking at, lads, this is directly from their own website. I'll bring it up and share it in the chat. It's just this is the crack you see. It is absolutely amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So yeah, fair play to Heisenberg, who he reached out to me last week. He said, Murph, I'm going to be here. Will I give you a shout? I said, dude, that'd be so awesome. As I said, Oshkosh this summer, it's on my bucket list. I want to go. So I think we'll have to add that to the old plan. But anyway, back to this briefly. Then we're going to be talking to Lord Frites. I hope he's still awake. He's going to kill me when I'm very late. If he's still in the chat, it'll be okay. Because tell me if we're not, and we'll jump over to you. So, yes, the Dornier. This is available now in the sim. The 228. He says, "Arr." He's on about 2 hours sleep, I think. Right, we'll have a quick look at this, and then we'll ramble in, right? We'll ramble in. Poor lad, yeah, it's terrible. So the 228, if this is on your radar, if you were thinking about picking it up, the long and short is, a few of the issues I found, on the early release of this aircraft, a few of the issues that I found was the systems. There was a couple of bugs. There was two major bugs. Not major, two easy to find bugs, right? And that was about it. Everything else of this airplane from Carenado, I gotta say, I'm very, very much impressed. It feels different than a normal Carenado aircraft. It's do you know what I mean? Carenado unfortunately have that. Well, it's a Carenado. They all fly the same. This one's slightly different. It's a standout aircraft for them. I would say. It's just a standout aircraft for them. So it's very nice. The sounds are absolutely insane as well. So I had an issue. There's a couple of things, right? The circuit breakers up on top are reversed. But now they seem to fix them. Because they when you first loaded in the airplane, right? These were all down. And yet the code logic said that they were in. So that's being fixed. Not only have they fixed that, they've also fixed the hot start issue. Which was that was a problem, right? So for example, if we were to go and get some power on this machine here briefly, I'll show you how we fix this now. Going on our batteries. And as I said, the sounds in this machine, the sounds are brilliant. Pumps coming on, and we'll go for the starter. Ground, start, engage. Now, as we look at our we look at our ITT, when I release, that's where I can time the enriching of where fuel comes out, right? So engine 2 coming up. Way better. Way better. So this will peak out at probably, you know, 990. The overall limit is 1150. Right? So they have fixed this. Engine RPM continues to rise. NG is coming up here as we can see it. And then that's a good start in the aircraft. Right? So the issues that I had last week, well, they've now been fixed, which is great. Quick start here on our left engine. So you can see what the ITT is doing now. It's not just like locking out and staying where it is. There's still one or two small little things when it comes to these tester switches, right? But by and large, this is working way better, like way better, right? And there's something else I want to show you here now as well. There's an ex-Irish Air Corps aircraft at Osh. Anne-Marie, there is a Marchetti Warrior is there. And the sound's amazing. And have a listen to the flap sounds. You hear that? I think that is excellent. Listen.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
Pascal is here, going to see it. So the sounds in this aircraft are excellent. For Carenado, these are some of the best sounds they've ever done. And even, you know, ticking out on the ground. Put her into high idle. Animation starts too quickly. No, I think it's okay, Steiny. I think it's okay. Have a listen to the beta sounds. It's very, very good, right? Very, very good. Now, while we're here with the aircraft, we can change out our avionics. We can go into the tablet. We can select the DO228, and we can change in for a GTN. We can also change up our main instruments here. We can throw in a friggin' what's it called? An Aspen unit as well, right? So that's pretty cool. We have those options. Like accuracy of the engines, do they sound like, I don't know, but for a Carenado aircraft, the sound in particular is better than most of their other ones. It's always been a complaint I've had with Carenado. The aircraft, they all sound similar. This has something different in it, you know? RPM, don't change RPM though. Well, it's engine speed. So these should be affecting almost like a condition lever. That'll be, it should affect torque, should it not? Like you shouldn't get torque. I don't know what it's slowing down. It's not actually showing us. Maybe it's the RPM, you know? Always nice textures. Beautiful aircraft. Anyway, this here is man's best friend, or at least one of them, right? So this is the new add-on from Got Friends, where you're able to put, at the moment, an animal, a cat, a dog, or a few others into your aircraft, right? So I went for the cat. And what we have an option here. You can customize where you want to move said cat or dog. So you can make them forwards or backwards. You can bring them up or down, whatever you want, because they'll clip at the aircraft, so they don't have kind of like a static position. You have to kind of move them around a bit, right? But once you move them around a bit, it's saved into this what they call avatar nest. This saves their position. So every time you load into the aircraft, it's going to remember where they should be. Isn't that pretty cool? Now, how you select these, you got to go back to the main menu, and you know where you change your own avatar, clothing, uniform, all this kind of stuff? It's in there. You select your co-pilot, and your co-pilot, you can then choose one of these. All right? Which is pretty cool. I mean, look, if this is your thing, and for a lot of people this is their thing, there you have it now. It won't work in 2020 aircraft ported forward. It has to be a native 2024 aircraft. It does work in 2020, but the 2024 version won't work natively in 2020 aircraft, if that makes sense. And it's also important that you have the option, your avatar must be a person rather than a designated co-pilot. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it's new. It's like $10. A lot of people liked having this. You can have dogs, cats. I saw a turtle in there as well. And it's just up to you how you want your furry friend flying around with you. I think it's pretty cool. And you've all like tons of different ones, you know. It'd be nice if the cat would interact with the buttons. That's the last thing you want. I mean, he's kind of thinking about it there. You know what I mean? You want a snake in your plane? But that's what it is from Got Friends. It's depending on your aircraft, you're going to set it, you forget it, and your buddy's always going to be there. And as I said, from the nest, you can you can customize this. If you don't want them in the front, you can demote them into the back seat. You can even do that now, just to give you an idea. So we'll move the old cat back here, right? And then you can move around some other stuff. So there he is, sitting there, minding his own business. And we can move him across a bit, maybe move him down. And that'll now save him in that position. We can also tilt him, roll him, move him around the place. You can kind of see what you can do with this. Can you put him in the bin overhead? You can put him anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then that'll obviously reset default position. We move him back up onto the chair here. It's fairly easy to kind of figure out the controls. Move him over this way. Move him over that way. Tilt. Left to right. Twist. It just literally takes a moment, and you can put them where you need to. That'll do. And that's saved then. That's saved then. You don't need to worry about it. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. You can put them on a wing. You can put them wherever you want. Wherever you want, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. So just before we catch up with Flying Fries, I want to have a quick look here at the airport we're at. Now, we still have more stuff to show you, but we're going to talk to Flying Fries here now in a moment. This is iniBuilds O'Hare International. This is Chicago, and it's their newest scenery, and the scale of this, lads, is massive. It's a massive airport. iniBuilds are really good when it comes to the performance, because they're able to use the LOD in 2024, and it works really, really well. It is a stunning airport. The scale of it is just massive. It's huge. I've been to O'Hare twice. It was always a fine airport for me. I've never had any issue with it. We have the there's a name for this terminal, but it's basically like the island. You have an underground passage to get to it, right? So you land in one, just let the LOD catch up. You can land in one, and like for me, I remember it was literally, out of one gate straight across the hall into another aircraft. That's what I can remember, which was absolutely nuts, right? So we've all of that terminal there. And then across the way, I think we have a little control tower there, have we? No. Across the way, over the main terminal, well, we have the same. But plus, check out the lighting. Isn't that gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous looking? The detail here, lads, it is absolutely incredible. Incredible. So we'll let the scenery kind of settle because I'm using a drone camera. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? Isn't that awesome? I always get lost in the taxiways in O'Hare. It's just huge. It's a massive airport. But I'm really impressed with what iniBuilds did here. And like the performance, considering the friggin' size of this place, the performance is excellent. But isn't that gorgeous looking? Reflections on the ground, like the lighting that comes in, it's superb. Really, really nice. Do you know? Godfriends, thanks for showing that off, Murph. It's the first add-on of this type, so as with anything, compatibility and limitations will improve as more developers get on board with native upgrades. Appreciate you as always. Happy that the community can fly with their furry friends. Awesome stuff. Lads, love what you're doing. I mean, looking forward to the Avatar stuff as well. And your upcoming aircraft. There's really exciting things coming or happening over at Got Friends, and well, thanks, because you're making cool stuff for us to enjoy. So yeah, dude, absolutely incredible stuff. Keep up the awesome work as always. I will have to get Flights and Tees merchandise. Could you imagine, right? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, the Got Friends stuff, you just check it out, lads. It's $10, and like, I remember seeing a lot of screenshots over the years with you guys having your furry friends with you on your flights. It's pretty cool in VR as well, I went with a cat, but like you can have a dog and stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is just the quality that you can expect from iniBuilds when it comes to Chicago. As I said, it is a massive facility. Huge, absolutely massive. We got beautiful jetways. We got tons of towers. There's like 4 different control towers here. We got the Hilton Hotel. The walkway is there. Also the monorail, which goes from the main terminal miles and miles out to where the rental car facility is, and that's miles out the parish. Look, we'll go down here. Look. So there's the tram, right, and he goes miles away. Here's another one, and this guy is heading all the way down to where the rental car pickup is. Look at the distance we are away from the main airport. Isn't that something else, isn't it? That's incredible, absolutely incredible. And then we have all the cargo facilities, we have all the passenger facilities. There's just lots and lots going on here. Quick look at nighttime then to see how the airport is at night. Do one of those. I mean, look at, like, isn't it just unbelievable, isn't it? Like, isn't it just incredible? Like, the attention to detail here from iniBuilds. The lighting is superb. I wonder, can we make this raining? I don't know. Let's see. We just want to say rain. Oh yeah. Give this a second now, and just have a look at those. Have a look at those textures with the reflections and all that jazz. Isn't that absolutely incredible looking? Isn't it gorgeous with the lighting? And that's only one of the terminals. Come up here, look. Isn't it amazing? Top class scenery from iniBuilds. So it's available on the iniBuilds website. You can pick it up from there. It's just a massive. I mean, Chicago. It's a massive international hub. Do you know what I mean? And it's just in this incredible fidelity. The layout of the airport, where everything is, the roads, even the signs on the roads, right? There's a lot going on with this scenery, and it's absolutely cool to see. And like all the different control towers, they're all modeled. They all have their own interior. Do you know? It's very, very impressive. Look at the lighting there. Look, Jesus, look at that. Isn't that something else?
Hello
Look,
there.
with the train there in the background. That's savage, lads, isn't it? Chef Delta, good to see you. Also, there is, yes, the double jetways option. Now, I don't have an aircraft with double jetways, but if you come on over here, you can see that we have the iniBuilds double jetway. Our aircraft hasn't detected anything, but that's where you can pull in the second jetway to your aircraft. It's all controlled from your EFB, which is absolutely class. Absolutely class. So yeah, great stuff here from iniBuilds. I just think it's absolutely incredible. The detailing, the performance. I'm most impressed with the performance, lads. And like, it's just, isn't it? It's gorgeous. The detail is just gorgeous in here, you know. So incredible stuff from iniBuilds. Brilliant. Right, we're going to load back out. We're going to get Lord Frites on the blower next, and we want to be having a look at another aircraft. So just bear with now. We get this set up. We'll have this aircraft loaded. This is the Vortex. It's from DSD Simulations, right? And we're going to change the livery on this guy as well, and we'll pop this up the road in. You can see all the different. Like, there's tons of different liveries. House pink. We'll have to do that for Mrs. TPHI. So we'll do that. And we'll have a look here now. We'll go up the road, as we say thank you to the to O'Hare, and we'll come up to Oshkosh here for a second. This is the UK 2000 Oshkosh. There's no crowds or any of that jazz, unfortunately, but it's still pretty good. So as we're going to load in here, we're going to see can we get a quick chat now with Flying Fries. Make sure it's not too late in the day. Let us see what happens. This is their cutscene, by the way, when it comes through. It's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to press some buttons. Don't worry about anything. All is well in the realm. Look at the state of this plane. Bear with me now. Now, we will get back to this aircraft in a few moments, but we want to have a quick chat with Flying Fries. So bear with me now, lads, as we press some buttons. We'll go over to the Flying Fries website and we look at the Quasar and we'll press some buttons. I hope this works. Hello? There's buttons.
Hello.
Well, hello, good evening, and how are you?
It works. Yeah, a bit sick. I got some cold during the vacations, but that's fine.
How did you manage?
I don't know. It was when it's too hot, when it's like 47 degrees outside. Fahrenheit is like 120.
47 degrees.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it was the desert, so not far from the desert.
Wow.
So, yeah, very fun. And then you get to sleep under the AC, and then you wake up in the morning and like, oh, that was a mistake, but it's too late. Mistake is done.
Yeah, poor old devil. At the end of every holiday, there is an ambush waiting to make you pay. Yes, that's usually how it works. But listen, great that you've got a little bit of a break, because you've been flat out busy. Your fleet is seeing updates already deployed, but more coming as well, which is great to see. And you continue development on other projects. It's all very, very exciting. So we might start with the Quasar, because I mean the Quasar did get a substantial update very recently. So how is everything going? I mean, you're a busy man.
Yeah, I'm a busy man since this is not even my only job, I also have a real full-time job that I need to keep right now because Flying Fries is not paying enough.
Mm.
Someday, hopefully, but not yet.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm very busy. The days are very long, and yeah, that's why I needed vacations. But yeah, that was bad bad calculation.
And tell
The
me,
Quasar update was a very, very heavy work on the Quasar, mostly because of the AFCS on all the systems that have been added. And yeah, interesting that we've managed to get something very, very cool about that, very custom. Yeah.
it's gas because I think the Quasar has ignited the imagination for a lot of not only pilots, but I think also developers now. When they look at your work, I think they can realize, you know, this is now actually possible. I can create add-ons like this for the sim. And you know what as I said to you, what I absolutely loved about the Quasar, the technology wasn't just invented. I mean, everything has been drawn so close to scientific fact of what is, and theory, of course, but like fact of, well, this is how it should work, or this is how it could work. I've always been kind of blown away by that.
And that's very cool because sometimes you just read news about real aviation things, real aviation technologies, and you're like, okay, we're going to build an aircraft that runs on pure hydrogen and all. Yeah, okay, I've done that. So it's really funny to see that the reality is not matching the Quasar. Of course, the Quasar still stays some science fiction aircraft because even if it uses realistic, plausible technologies, it does that in such a way that the numbers are a bit cheated, if we can say so. Of course, it would probably not be able to do that. And the real hydrogen aircraft that will show up in the coming years will be very different from this brick. They will have to be aerodynamic because it's not the same performance as regular fuel. And but it was fun, and it was a very fun project. And yes, I've seen some other aircraft, some other guys doing some fun stuff, some creative stuff in Flight Simulator, and that's very cool. I'm very happy that Got Friends also is doing a lot of crazy stuff, and they've always been doing that. But it's cool that many other developers start to join the trend.
They kind of realize that, you know, there's a huge demand, if you like, for these sort of craft, because people want that. You know, they want to experience, yes, normal aviation, as we would call it, but when you do look at the future, and it's not all, you know, electronic aircraft or, you know, ETOL aircraft and so on. It's there's also like hydrogen, and with hydrogen, well, how do we power it and all this? It's very, very interesting. Like I've seen so many screenshots and also like posted flight times of the Quasar. You know, hey, I did, you know, New York to Paris in 11 seconds. This kind of crack. What?
Not yet, but someday.
Someday. I suppose. What's your feedback been like from the Quasar? I mean, it's a very popular craft.
Yeah, it's popular. I think we discussed about this already, but when I created this and when Steiny helped me, and we were many people working on this topic, on this aircraft, it was just a bet. Like, okay, we're spending months. We don't even know if we're going to be able to make it work, because it was not obvious that this would work in both simulators, because it had to work in Flight Sim 2020 and 2024, and this was not obvious at all. So it ended up working, and then, okay, will it also work in terms of will it sell? That was another mystery.
Yeah.
And yeah, so far it's doing great.
Great to
So
hear.
I'm very happy to see that. Yeah, it found its public, its audience.
It found its audience. Brilliant. Oh, that was just a Quasar. And again, like on your website, of course, you're able to keep us up to date. You have your blogs there. And with the changes, of course, we've seen it to the AFCS. We've seen it with the auto throttle. The hood has got an overhaul as well, which is, it's just great to see. But you've done more than that, because our old friend, the Scrapyard, has also received a lot of update and work to it as well.
Yeah, because when I was working on the auto throttle for the Quasar, as soon as it worked, I was like, okay, now I know how to make an auto throttle work, a custom auto throttle. It's not even using the Asobo's code. It's very completely custom. And okay, now I can add an auto throttle to the scrapyard monster. So why not? It's easy. Just copy a file, paste it, and change a few settings, and the same code basically. So then I did that. When I managed to make the multiplayer aerobatic smoke working for the future update of the Gabriel, I also decided to let's include that too in the Scrapyard Monster. Why not? It's also an aircraft with aerobatic smoke in all the colors. And it's always a story about you learn a thing and you apply it to all your other products. And the sound packs, also the sound packs, so many things to say about the overall sound packs of all the aircraft. But it's a constant progress, and when you learn something, you apply it to all your collection.
It's absolutely incredible. And you have mentioned, when it comes to sound packs and the sale that you're running as well with Microsoft, and that ran for a good, 2 weeks of that. But with the Gabrielle, I mean, you've alluded to say there is an update coming. You're working on it. Yes. How goes that development? And I suppose what are we looking at? What can you share anything with us of what what can we expect to see with the Gabrielle?
So the Gabrielle, also that Cyrus also asked the question in the chat. So there is an update coming for the Gabrielle. I wanted to release it maybe in February or March, but time is just there's just 24 hours in the day, and with shifted projects, like we've decided to work on the sound pack of the XF11 first. For people who don't know, I've managed to find a very excellent audio specialist who is called Grégoire, who was a former Asobo employee, and now he's freelance. He's French, so it's easier even for me to work with him to speak technical terms. And he's super talented, and he's done the complete sound pack rework of the XF11 first, and then I asked him to do the complete rework of the Gabrielle. So the Gabrielle will have a brand new sound pack, and we've made some live recording with Grégoire 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. It was early July.
Okay.
So we went to an airfield and recorded an actual Lycoming IO 320. And that will be the base. And we will have a second variant of the Gabrielle. That's also a big thing, because right now the Gabrielle looks like a military trainer, which is super agile and all. But I understand people can be a bit disappointed when they discover it's not much more performant than a Cessna 152. And because it's kind of the same engine. It's a trainer for people who want to learn aviation, for people who are still using Cessna's 152 right now in piloting schools. It's a basic GA trainer. But since Flying Fries, we still like to do crazy stuff. And I understand that people maybe had that expectation with the Gabrielle. There will be a Gabrielle which will be able to perform aerobatic stuff, which will have a 420 horsepower. So much more than what you're asking, Super Typhoon. It's twice of what you said. It's 420 horsepower, and it's going to be super wild, and with aerobatic smoke and all. And I've also fixed the shape of the wings that at the very beginning, and that's a funny story. At the very beginning, when I released the Gabrielle, I was super happy with it. And there was one guy, I don't remember his name, one guy on my Discord who came by and said, "Oh yeah, it's cool, but the wings are not the correct shape, so it's not that good." And I was like, damn it, he's right. How could we? I've spent so much months and years on this 3D model and not even noticed that. So I was a bit, okay, we'll deal with this in a future update, don't worry. But I wanted to do it because when something it's true, like, okay, it's not important for the flight model, it's not important at all, but it's really annoyed me personally. So I said, okay, let's remodel completely the wings, the ailerons, the flaps, and readapt all the textures for all the liveries, because that's also comes with it. And now the wings are correct, are accurate for the both versions, yeah.
Wow. Because it's as Steiny even says, I mean, when you started work on the Gabrielle, I mean, you built this aircraft from reference photographs, which is nuts, because your access to the aircraft is limited purely by reference photographs, and to be able to deliver an aircraft. I mean, I couldn't tell you about the wings. I mean, the aircraft to me, I just loved it, and I love the fact that it's a training aircraft in the real world. And it's the future of where we see kind of training going. I mean, these aircraft are already in operation at flight schools. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see this. So updates are coming, new sounds are coming, and then a crazy version with a 420 horsepower engine for aerobatics. That's definitely going to make this one interesting.
And of course, the crazy version is part of the update, and it's a free update, of course. So
wow,
there's nothing
nice.
to pay.
Love it. And then of course it's bigger and very much older brother in our background here, the XF11. The new sounds on that. I mean, I think for me flying it when we took it up for a spin, it has transformed that aircraft with those new sounds. I mean, it's a sound you expected to kind of hear from this crazy airplane from back in Hughes's time designing it. Any further plans with the XF11? I mean, how are you getting on with it? Again, what's the response been like? What else can you do to an aircraft that there's such limited information on?
I think there is not much that I can still do to the XF11, and I have a few things that I want to add to the sound pack. Like I want to add the rain sound effects for the interior that we didn't add on this version yet, but we will add it after we will create it for the Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also done my own kind of mix for the Scorpion Monster and the Quasar for the rain sound effect, because since now I work with Grégoire, and Grégoire is an expert,
Mm-hmm.
he can also teach me how to use Wise and how to be better at that. Because for the beginning, I was just clicking things and guessing and what it would do. And I don't know. I'm not a sound designer, so yeah, the sound pack of the XF11, I really did my best, but it was not that great. And the same goes for the Gabriel, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And but still, I think the Scorpion Monster and the Quasar, which are my own sounds, are not too bad. So I won't say that I'm so lame. But yeah, the XF11 is of course much better now, with real recordings of real warbirds on different angles, with so many tricks for the flyby effects, and yeah, it's a crazy work. And I know that the sound packs, because there will be two sound packs for the Gabriel, of course, one for the Lycoming IO 320 and one for the very, very powerful engine, the fictional powerful engine. So there will be two sound packs that will be completely gorgeous. I know that. And the update for the Gabriel should be coming in August.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But I've been saying this since March, so should really stop. Should we stop saying that? But it should be fine, because all the rest is done. It's just the sound packs, and yeah, I think it's going to be doable.
And apart from your existing projects, which are very much facing the updates, shout out to Edson who joined us here as well. As you said, it's called Learning. I mean, it's great to see, as you say, working with Grégoire, that you're able to get this insight as a developer yourself, learning the things that you haven't really had exposure to. That would, I would think, accelerate the overall production, because there's probably things at different stages during the build you can now implement, right? So with your existing fleet lineup all receiving updates, work also continues on the coming soon part, which of course, a lot of excitement for this upcoming helicopter, the Hind.
Yeah. So that's also something I wanted to start working full time. When I say full time, you will have to understand it's not full time. It's just the mornings, the evenings, and all weekends. Mm-hmm. That's my flying fries full time. When I can. But yeah, I wanted to do that much earlier, but since there were so many things to do and so many ideas to fix and so many stuff that I wanted to finish on the sound packs, on the Gabriel, on the Quasar and all, now I'm finally able to work between 80 to 90% of the time on the Hind. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of time, so I'm very, very happy with that. I've made a lot of progress on the exterior modeling, and started the engines. I will start the interior probably next month, I hope. And the Hind is going well. If it won't be released this year, I don't think it's possible. So it will be released in 2027, but it will be there. And I won't delay it much more, I hope. Even if I have ideas in the way, I have another update for the Quasar that I want to do by the end of the year. And I have another stuff that I want to release before the end of the year, brand new stuff. But that will be a much more simpler project. But the Hind is finally my main project, and it's really cool to, after you're done, struggling with code and with logic and with refinement, and you just go back to your starting Blender, your 3D modeling software, and you know exactly how it works, and you just process the 3D shapes and the modeling. It's really satisfying in some way to not having complex issues to solve, but just spending time modeling something to look good. And the struggles will come later when we will implement the flight model, but that's more on Steiny's. So I don't really care.
It's funny, like a simple project, he said. Yeah, you said that about the Gabrielle. It's like, it's a simple project. Anything you want to share with us, or is there any news you want to let us know on? I mean, we're seeing that you're very busy. It's great to see that you've the capacity that you can go back and work on already released add-ons. So you're able to upgrade and update these add-ons for us. So it's a very sound investment, us knowing that, well, yeah, you're still working on it. And it's great to see developers who do that. I mean, they're looking at a product that's already been sold, right? So, I mean, that's what that is, but you still want to go back to them and just bring what you've learned to the products, right? Which is great to see. And we've seen this across the board by, thankfully, a good number of developers now. So what's the future like? I mean, any kind of mad ideas or anything you want to share, or is it no, be quiet, Murphy, and just wait?
I've had a mad idea recently.
Okay.
Very recently, just before going to vacation. And I've been thinking of it in vacation because I had some pieces of paper and some pencil. I can't show you these drawings. That's too compromising. It's the secret stuff I'm working on. And I want to do something much simpler, as Stani knows. But he doesn't know exactly what it's going to be. And I'm not saying today what it's going to be, but it's going to be our first Flight Simulator 2024 native project. And that's important that we start with a simpler, smaller project. Because if I start with the Hind, which is going to be massive and complex with tons of stuff with different, the Hind will have different variants. The Hind will have highly customizable loadouts and so many things you want to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So if I start a massive project like that as a first Flight Sim 2024, it will be overwhelming. I know that. Mm-hmm. So I want to start with something a bit smaller, but really fun, really new, like it's never been done before, as you can expect from Flying Fries. And it's going to be cool, and I hope I can release it by the end of the year, so I can sell some stuff also in 2026, because right now with all my updates, all my free updates, I'm very happy to do that, but it's a bad calculation from a financial point of view, so I hope I can release something at the end of the year.
Yeah, it'll be the paper aeroplane with a turboprop, according to Edson. That'll be.
It will be a bit more complex than that, but
2 paper airplanes. No,
totally.
It's a great insight, because your catalog is quite unusual in the flight sim kind of genre, right? Whereby you've looked at the experimental historic, the crazy, the extremely accurate kind of next generation modern training aircraft, and then very futuristic and kind of tying it and locking it into sound scientific theory. I mean, you have a lot of different options there in your wheelhouse that you can say, well, okay, the Hind is very much on the heavy systems, loads of variants. That's following not necessarily historic, but certainly, the aircraft has been out in the world for such a long time. And it's a very interesting perspective what Flying Fries offers the flight sim community. And I'm sure to see that bit of paper, I'd say now to be just mad stuff on it. But like, I'd love to just kind of get an idea of.
I can show you the first piece of. Yeah, there's not much to see on this one.
I can see it. Right, that's it. Don't show them anything else.
That's a drawing of the main head of the aircraft, the main HTML gauge.
I thought it was a belt buckle. Brilliant stuff. Well, I have to say, first and foremost, it's great to get an update from you. Incredible to see that you're making all of these updates for your existing fleet to your existing customers. And I'm very excited for the Gabrielle. It was just an airplane I fell in love with when you first told me you were developing it and I flew it. I was like, this thing is so good, like so much so. It was a very capable IFR trainer. We did some IFR training on VATSIM with it, and very much looking forward to seeing the update. So your time is precious, that I know. You're straight back off holidays. You're after catching the man flu, so you'll want to watch that. And very, very much looking forward to more updates over the coming weeks and months of where you're at. And of course, anything we can do for you, just shout. We love flying your aircraft. The scrapyard is it's so insane, but so much fun. I mean, you can't not put a smile in your face when you're flying that aircraft. And then the Quasar, it's just so difficult to fly and land and be nice. But once you spend time with it, you get there,
There is a Pseud, the guide of in our team, who just made a tutorial today, or maybe it was yesterday, about the Quasar and how to land it in 3,000 feet, something like that. So just have to follow the tutorial. Very easy to land. No difficulty at all.
Unless easy to land. Steiny said the same to me. Yeah, okay, easy to land.
Steiny doesn't know how to land it yet. You will learn.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us. We will catch up with you again soon. It's great to see all this being worked on in the background. Usually when, I've said it, like when developers get a little bit quiet, it usually means they're busy. They're working on stuff for us to go and to enjoy. And it's very much, you're flat out busy because we're seeing a lot of cool stuff from Flying Fries. So thanks a million. And looking forward to...
Thank you to all the people in the chat for the kind words. I couldn't answer to everybody yet, but thanks a lot for inviting me this late.
Yes, it is that time. So we shall wish you the very best. Go get some sleep, and we'll chat to you very soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. All right. Massive thanks to Lord Frites for catching in with us. It's late in his time. He's in France, so they're an hour ahead of us. And yeah, just giving us that update on what goes on behind the scenes. And I love that. Who else loves that? He has an idea. It's literally written on a bit of paper. Like, I love that. I'm sure that's how all the devs do it anyway. Got friends. It's like, here's an idea. I can only imagine what some of these ideas would have looked like with arrows and like, do you know what I mean? But like, that's the idea. The journey starts there. And who knows what this is going to look like in the weeks, months, or even years after the fact. That's very exciting. Like, I've an idea. I'm going to do something. Love that. Absolutely love that. So again, lads, if you want to stay up to date with all the news from Flying Fries, I'll post the website here into the chat. Just from the blog perspective, it's always great just to see what they're working on, all the additions that they're doing to it. And of course, our very own Steiny helps out. Usually, with fear, right? Because he's been asked to do something. But of course, Steiny brings with him years of technical wizardry, of handling characteristics of anything. If you can move it, Steiny can drive it. Do you know the way? So great stuff there. So for our last bit here this evening, lads, I just want to show you this. It's a brand new aircraft release from DSD Simulations, right? Where is this now? That's the wrong button, Murph. Jeez, I have to say, only for Muse fan, we'd have been absolutely shagged earlier on. I would have lost all my tabs, but he told us how to get them back. So this craft, DSD Simulations and the Vortex, right? this was 18 months in development, right? And what we have here is not just, you know, an aerobatic aircraft. This is an aircraft that has been influenced from pilot feedback, which makes this thing even more interesting, right? It very much is a small niche, you know, when we consider the likes of the Red Bull Racing or general kind of aerobatic aircraft of this nature. It tends to be as kind of a smallish niche. These aren't our traditional, we're going to, you know, do some cross-country flying. This is, we're going to let rip. We're going to have fun with this thing. And when an aircraft can give you the feedback into its, you know, the absolute edge of the envelope, but also just give you the sense of that you're in the aircraft, be that from the visuals and with the sound, everything works. Everything absolutely works, right? So the aircraft has been released, which is great to hear. First announced all the way back in January of 2025. And it was still under the brand, if you like, they were aiming it to be an extra 330 SC. Well, it has seen massive transformation over the year. Massive transformations during its development. You can pick up the aircraft right now. It's $37.99 Australian dollars, right? It's about 22, 23 euro. Pick it up through Orbex. And it's basically a configurable airshow machine. An airshow machine. So we're going to have a look at some of the exteriors. We had a quick look at the sheer amount of liveries that's included with this aircraft. We've got a ton of liveries. Some are real world inspired. Some are just, well, they're very pretty to look at. We went with the hot pink one here for Mrs. TPHI. But with a small aircraft like this, there's a couple of details developers kind of have to get done right. Because the aircraft is small and sleek, well, there's not many areas on the airplane that we can actually go exploring. And the areas we can explore where we're looking for detail. And this aircraft has it in bucket loads, right? I mean, you can see from our tail wheel, even the spring down onto the pulley, and everything's modeled. Like, everything is modeled. It's done really, really well. Pulleys and all this kind of jazz. It is great to see. The texture work is bang on. PPR, the reflections, all done very, very well. And all the control edges of the aircraft, beautiful animations with it. And again, you're seeing all the reflections doing what they need to do. Now, this aircraft, as you could imagine, is going to be extremely aerobatic. Extremely aerobatic. All right. And we will take this for a spin here now in the moment. But as we're just exploring, and as you can see, you know, there's detail here, lads. Brake discs onto the back of the caliper. We have various antennas. There's a fuel drain off, that looks like. We also have smoke pod generators on the wings. Pretty cool to see. Isn't it mad looking, right? And then we have this beautiful propeller on the front. Just there's detail, buckets of detail, right? So let's go in and have a look. You can kind of see the detail here. Looking into the engine. Loving that look. DSD Simulations, that's done really well. And it's just the overall look of the airplane. I mean, it looks fast. Even sitting on the ground, this thing looks fast, right? That's hilarious as well, by the way. The pitot tube. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So what we're going to do, let's jump into the cockpit. Now, we can open up the canopy, right? And, well, looking around the aircraft now, we're thinking, right, it's very basic, but for good reason. Because, well, it's an aerobatics aircraft, right? So vents down here on our left-hand side. Looking further down, this is where we have our throttle, our mixture, and our prop. So they're all sitting there where they need to be. We'll open up the mixture, and you can see where the throttle is, right? But it's not just like, they didn't just leave it there. You can actually see the cables and pulleys move. Look at the cable here for the throttle, look. Right? So that's all there. What else do we have here? The rudder pedals, right? Left, right, they're all grand. No step here on the main bar. So this is our main flight control and how everything is animated. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just doing our box controls here, and like the sounds. Really, really good. Really, really good. And we have a couple of options as well. So with the aircraft, we can see, well, hang on a second. we have a G3X option. Click on this, and that transforms the entire main panel. Do we want steam or do we want glass? Isn't that pretty cool? You don't need to be like, you don't need to reload the aircraft. You just click on a button, what you want to fly with. What's going to be better for you to fly with. I love that. Then we have our arrestee information here. So with this is, you know, whatever procedures we're going to fly and how we're going to fly it, right? But we can also go into our configuration. This is where we can have a single or a double exhaust, right? And you can see the difference. So if we say, right, keep it single. There's a single exhaust, right? Or we want to say, no, sure, give us the double one. It actually changes what's going on outside the airplane. See the twin exhaust in there, right? We have the options then. See the floor. So as an aerobatic pilot, a lot of them have the floor as like a clear perspex or glass. Well, it would be glass, but you know what I mean? We can block that in if we wish. So you have the option. An antenna, there's an antenna on the back of the fuselage. We can disappear that if we wish. I think it looks pretty cool with it there, right? We can pop in a camera. Little GoPro sits on the dash. Wheel spats. So they're currently on. And if we want to turn those off, we can turn them off, right? But this one is cool. The pyro canisters. And you know what they are now, don't you? Pyro canisters. We can engage those as not only smoke, but we can also have pyrotechnics, nighttime stuff fly out the side of this plane. It's awesome looking. It's awesome looking, right? So I'm happy enough now with that configuration. What else we want to do here? These are all the different ones we do. That's grand. And we have a single page. So we'll go back to here. There's no click spots for the likes of the remove before flight. So we just hit the battery and that removes our remove before flight. Right now, what are we looking for here? So smoke system, that should be, there is a smoke system already, I think, built into it. Nav and strobe lights come on, right? Reset our barrow. There's also a click spot here. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I have a cowling switch and that'll show the engine off in all its beauty, right? And this is pretty cool, but I'm unsure what the second one does. But like, look at the detail they've gone into here, look. Isn't that class? I mean, look even here at the main flywheel, into the back of the prop spinner, right? And then underneath. Isn't it cool, isn't it? Nice enough that we can do that. Now the second switch, I'm unsure. Is it for the wings, I wonder? I don't know what the second one does. Read the manual, Murphy. Don't know what it does. It's just here. Anyway, we get the cowling back on. I'm just unsure what that button does. I'll figure it out though. Right, so let's get some power into this machine and take it for a jaunt. So, battery's on. Fuel boost. Open the throttle. Clear prop. And have a listen. This thing sounds really good, lads. Have a listen. So the sounds are really good, right? So that button, it was for pyrotechnics, right? Grand, okay, fair enough. Right, we know what the crack is. So alternator comes on, and this is where this thing gets ridiculous. So off the brakes. The sounds are absolutely mad on this thing. right? And as you could have imagined, flying this airplane is nuts. How do we get to the runway? It's behind us. Easy now. Alright. Some interesting views. Sounds from Echo 19, yeah. Alright, so we're in Oshkosh for the crack. Alright. We'll just blast off and then it's just having loads of fun flying this thing because it's just, this thing is nuts. Alright, get ourselves lined up. And let's go flying. And there's 60. Oopsie daisy. Hey Sir Beaky, good to see you, bud. Now, one thing that's pretty cool about this, even though this will try to kill you, it actually flies very stable. And what I mean by that is, if you're extremely gentle with this, you can actually trim it out and it responds just beautifully. Like, absolutely beautifully. I'm fairly trim there now, hands off. It's beautiful, right? It just does its thing, right? So a couple of turns here, nice and gentle. Gain a little bit of altitude. Right, nice and easy. Again, we've all these views beneath us, look. That's mad, isn't it? Looking down, it's like, jeez. Don't look down. And then if you want to do some gentle rolls, just have a listen to the sounds. Nice and easy, right? And now if you want to go absolutely mad devil with this thing and have a listen to the sounds, right? But just have a listen to the sounds and see what you think. Nice gentle turn, roll in. Aren't those sounds gorgeous? Beautiful, beautiful sounds. And then, of course, if you want to get absolutely, you know, mad with the gadget, because you're thinking, hang on now, isn't it one of those mad planes you can get absolutely mad with it? Well, you should be able to, shouldn't you? So take your time. And the sounds gorgeous, aren't they? But we can have absolutely loads of fun with this machine. So let's have a bit of fun with this machine. Are you ready now? You'll just have too much fun with this. It's very good, isn't it? It's just fun to fly, and like you can do it in an external camera and just have the absolute crack with this thing. Isn't it deadly, isn't it? Like, this is a cracker, this one. It's fun to the sounds are brilliant. Absolutely deadly, isn't it? It's friggin' nuts is what it is. It's like an RC. It is like an RC in external view, yeah. But it's so much fun to fly. Sounds are great. It's very good, isn't it? It's very, very good. And like from the cockpit perspective, throwing this thing around, like the snap roll, like it's extreme, isn't it? Like even to do this kind of crack, it's so accurate. It's just ridiculous. Imagine it in VR. Bring like, you know, your hurl bag. But yeah, like upside down flying, you know, this is TPHI territory. Not a bother in the world to it. This is a beautiful, beautiful aircraft, and you know, when you look at these kind of aerobatic aircraft in the sim, you're thinking, Jesus, am I going to get much use out of them? Am I going to be able to bring these on my ever adventure? As you can see, I mean, top speed of this thing, we're probably shifting at around 150 knots. Maybe even 160 if we get it right. It is extremely maneuverable, but it's pretty decent once you trim it out. It actually becomes, you know, it actually becomes quite an enjoyable aircraft. I mean, if you're just extremely gentle on the controls, it will absolutely bite if you push beyond. But if you're gentle with it and then you work on your actual aerobatics, you know, of depending on what you're trying to do, of course, but like simple loops and even inverted loops, you know, you can throw in a hammerhead turn there as well. It actually does that well, so we'll try it. So keep our wings somewhat level here. Let the speed completely die off. I'm just going to kick this rudder over to the left. You know what I mean? You know, aileron rolls are fine. Barrel rolls, they're just beautiful. It's a very capable airplane. And then, as I said, you throw it out of its comfort zone completely. Are you dizzy yet? Right? It's just a lot of fun. It's great to see an aircraft of this caliber now, and the options that we have and the sounds that it has, lads. You know, it's just fun to fly. Like the absolute perfect machine to bring for an air show if you want to do air show flying. I think it's absolutely brilliant. DSD have done an incredible job here. You can pick up the aircraft directly over on Orbex, and as I said, if you want to change out your avionics, you can do so. Click of a button, and if this makes life that little bit easier for flying and navigating, of course, well, you can absolutely do that as well, right? This is a great machine. I'm really impressed by it. As I say, the number of liveries, there's a ton of different liveries, and it's an airplane that just feels connected. It just feels right when you're trying to do mad mad aerobatics. Its recovery is something unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Do you know? Like this sort of crack. It can just kind of handle them. Yeah, you can stall it, don't get me wrong, but like, you've been flying it for hours, favourite already. It's really good. And the sounds are excellent. If nothing else, it's the friggin' sounds and it's the pyrotechnics that we have as well. Isn't it only brilliant? I just wish, you know, the smoke would last a little bit longer in Microsoft Flight Sim. But it's really, really nice. Yeah, in VR, good lord, right? It's just fun to fly, lads. I gotta say, we're used to our general aviation, our cross country, our larger aircraft, but just to load into something and have an absolute riot in, because like it is rewarding when you get the combinations right in terms of, okay, standard loop. If you push it too hard, she'll bite. But you do a standard loop, when you execute that, you just get that sense of, Jesus, that went, yeah, that was perfect. You know what I mean? Aileron's good to see it. I think, you know, in a Red Bull Air Race, I mean, she probably has the legs in terms of speed. It definitely has the aerobatic capability. But it's just a super fun plane to throw it around. It really is. This stuff doesn't get old. You know? Right on the envelope. We'll stall out.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
And then drop her down. Like, it's just class. Brilliant. So, lads, there we have it. We covered a fair bit of mileage tonight. Massive thanks for tuning in and, you know, keeping an eye on us. This aircraft, I bought it myself. It's just when you make a purchase in Flight Sim and you're just happy about it. This is what it looks like. It's like, this thing is deadly. You know what I mean? And I picked it up over on Orbex, and yeah, I gotta say, I enjoy it. It's a great machine. It's fab, it's groovy, and it just works. Although a little bit loud in the cockpit versus outside, but that's okay. That's absolutely okay. But anyway, lads, we're going to leave it there. Massive thanks for tuning in tonight. We covered tonight the Dornier 228. We had a look at the brand new iniBuilds Chicago O'Hare Airport, which is incredible. The scale of it is massive. It's just huge. DSD Simulations with their Vortex SC. We got to catch up with Heisenberg from EAA Oshkosh AirVenture over at Oshkosh. That was a lot of fun. And of course, catching up then with Flying Fries, Lord Frites from Flying Fries, just to get some idea of what's being worked on in the background. Updates coming soon to the Gabrielle as well. So it's very, very exciting. So we're back to you tomorrow morning at, what time are we going? 10:00 Zulu. There we go. 10:00 Zulu. We're going to be flying choppers tomorrow, utilising some on-air, but also some mission stuff that Epic Fool built for us. So we're going to have a look. So that's the plan for tomorrow. And then we have our VATSIM flight tomorrow night, taking a 737 out of... where are we going from? St. John's, right? So yeah, glad you enjoyed it. Maybe jump on the stream sometime. Would love to have you guys on. Absolutely. Drop me a DM on Discord if you're on Discord. Would love to get your insight into making this aircraft. We'd love that. Absolutely. That'd be brilliant. Also, we checked out Got Friends, man's best friend. Great to see Got Friends. They're so busy now, right? Brand new aircrafts. The Taylor coming out next week. We have the man's best friend add-on, and there's more things coming to Avatar as well. Great to see Got Friends busy now with releases as well. And of course, with the news we covered tonight, so many awesome things. The GSX integration from the AI uplink from SayIntentions, and just the absolute barrel load of aircraft on the way, lads. We're going to be flat out busy. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. So yeah, that is the story now. I'm away to lie down, but we're back in the morning at 1000 Zulu. So I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in and for all the support as always, lads. Absolutely incredible. So thank you all so very much indeed. Right, I'm away now. Until the next time, which will be tomorrow at 1000 Zulu, you take care. Oh no, oh god, oh dear. It's like a friggin' Olympic somersault. What was that, Dwayne? Brilliant. Wait. No Pox M is in the SG 30 something thing. Oh no, Nighthawk. Ready for this to give up? I'm a little teapot short.
Dreamy, sleepy,
and
nighty,
stout.
snoozy, snooze.
Here is me handle, and here is me spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Ah, Jesus!
Oh, stop.
You see? I'm under bashing me knee. Dublin. Pascal Sheehy, Art, It's Pascal Sheehy.